West, the heart of the fan.
Welcome to Angels Live, presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers right here on Valley Sports. Coming at you from the Big A after a well-needed day off. Angels back at it against a familiar foe as the Texas Rangers are in town for a quick two-game series. As we welcome you outside the Big A, Kent French with you, and we start tonight's broadcast with some horrific news coming out of Texas, just west of San Antonio. There was a terrible shooting this morning at a local elementary school. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims and the families who are hurting so much on this terrible day. And the Texas Rangers Foundation sent out this tweet moments ago. Our thoughts, prayers, and deepest sympathies are with the Uvalde community and the families, friends, and loved ones of those lost today. A little bit later in the program, we'll be bringing you a moment of silence and our national anthem live. And all I can say is everybody go home and hug your kids a little bit tighter here tonight. As we welcome you outside with heavy hearts, we continue this broadcast, but we try to bring you a little bit of distraction on this very difficult day. Bobby Valentine, Garrett Anderson joins us. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Angel Hall of Famer, been seeing your name on the schedule, taken off the schedule, back on the schedule.
I'm here.
So good to have you here. He's in person, live and in person. GA, I want to start with you. When you look at this Angels lineup, had a chance to watch him throughout the course of the first couple months of this season. Initial thoughts on what you're seeing, and are you buying into the excitement of Angels baseball in 2022?
I'm buying into it because it's happening, and the numbers are there. So seeing the balance with all the 20 RBIs, with all the 6 players, I believe, I just kind of take a step back and think about the offenses that I've been a part of, and we've never done anything like that at this point in the season.
Give me a team that reminds you of that.
04.
04.
But we never won because we were hurt all year.
Well, that takes me to a great point. Health. We've talked about this from the very beginning of this one. You see the 6 guys with the RBIs of 20 or more. They need to be healthy, starting with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, we've been praying for their health, and hopefully they'll stay healthy the entire year. But that one guy down there, Taylor Ward, still is not in the lineup with 23 RBIs. He's kind of a leader for what the team wants to look like. Of course, Mike Trout is the guy, but who could be like Mike Trout? And Shohei is an outlier, so who could be like him? But everyone could be like Taylor Ward. They can hit their pitch, and they could play the game of baseball in a very professional way.
All right, GA, being a part of a lineup with a lot of guys in it, how does that affect you as a hitter? And I'm just going to assume you can go in there, don't feel like you have to be the guy every single time you step to the plate.
Oh, when you're on a team like with Mike Trout, you don't have to be the guy, and Ohtani's the guy. So, the other guys can just relax and just let things come to them because they're going to pitch around those guys to get to them, and they've been ready.
And as a manager, how fun is it for Joe Maddon to send these guys out there every day knowing that he doesn't have to worry about one guy being the guy?
Yeah, and that everyone has those RBIs. Some of those guys are knocking themselves in, so they're not knocking somebody in who's on base, right? But a lot of the RBIs have been gotten because everyone's doing their job, taking a walk, getting on base, making sure they're there for the other guy, and then everyone has an opportunity to have a good time. Welshie is just picking up RBIs. Anthony Rendon, when he's healthy, he's as good as there is, and he's got a lot of clutch RBIs. And I don't even believe that they throw the ball over the plate to that guy because he's an RBI waiting to happen.
We talk about Anthony Rendon and GA. You mentioned health, and Rendon was a guy who had the hip surgery last year, coming back, and Bobby and I have been kind of watching him progress and get healthy. But how important is that lower half when you talk about hitting and to come back from an injury like that doesn't happen overnight?
To be simple, it's everything. Hitting is all through the legs, and you can see that usually when you see it really plays out when players get older, and he's not an older player, but when you have something wrong with your legs, you really can't hit at all.
And Taylor Ward is another guy that we're missing right now. Bobby, you alluded to it. He hit that wall on Friday. He hit it hard. GA asked me if the wall still is undefeated. He's had some run-ins maybe with a few, or maybe he learned not to have run-ins with the wall. But Taylor Ward, what are you hearing about Wardy, and is he available to come off the bench if possible?
We heard before the game he is available to swing if necessary. They want to be sure. It's one of those crazy things where, it's a stinger that you get in football. I don't want to be the doctor and say what it is. It's just something that's not quite 100%, and they want to keep giving it enough time so it doesn't reoccur, which often happens with injuries, right?
Yeah, when you
get back too soon.
Yes, for sure.
Can't do.
And when you talk about a Taylor Ward, a guy that's one of those guys you want to get back in the lineup, you also talk about plate discipline with him. He has been so good this year with the identification of the strike zone, G. And I know you don't want me to talk about your plate discipline, so we won't. But when you look at a guy like Taylor Ward and what he's doing this year, what's most impressive about the way the eye he's been able to have?
Just to be able to take the close pitch and still at the same time to be able to drive the ball. I mean, and then you talk about the, swings and misses and whatnot, but at this clip, they're not missing those pitches, and they're taking the ones that are out of the zone.
And they're hitting the pitches in the zone. I know we talk about strikeouts, but when they're there, they're hitting the ball, Bobby, and the walk rate and stuff. A lot of it applies, though, to Taylor Ward setting the tone, doesn't it?
It sure does. Not only setting the tone at the top of the lineup, but setting the tone that this is a successful way of being a really good player. He's never really been a really good player at the major leagues, and now he is zoned in those pitches that he wants to swing at, and he's just spitting at all those other pitches that he wants to take, and he's in the leaderboard in all offensive categories. So you can't try to emulate Mike Trout. You can't try to emulate Shohei Ohtani. But when you see Taylor Ward doing it, you say, hey, this might work. I want to do it too.
GA, as a young hitter, I want to talk about the word believe because, Bobby and I have discussed you got to have the right people believe in you to give you an opportunity, not just your friends, not just your parents, but Joe Maddon believes in Taylor Ward. What has that meant to him in his development? He's in his late 20s. We're finally seeing what he's capable of doing.
It's everything to him. As a ball player, it's everything as far as coming to the park to play every day, how you prepare to play every day, and know that somebody's got your back.
Yeah.
But at this point in his career, he has to take it a step further and has to know that he can do these things.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I want to ask you, as the Texas Rangers come to town, Bobby, was there a time when your team would just be licking their chops when you guys were taking on another ball club and going, is there a fight at the Bad Rack? Who wants to be in the lineup? And
I wish we had that with the Texas Rangers. No, we were usually that pitching staff that other guys wanted to hit against, actually.
I mean, there's 3 guys for the Angels that have 3 or more home runs against the Texas Rangers, GA. I mean, do you remember teams like that would come to town and you're like, hey, put me in?
Yeah. There are some teams. Yankees probably be the one of them for me.
Really?
Yes, I love hitting the Yankees.
Why?
I love playing in that ballpark. And everybody that in that lineup, their pitching staff, it just worked for me. I mean, there's a stat that I hit over 400 off Andy Pettit. Who would ever believe that? So I love hitting the Yankees.
What about for you guys? You were the pitching staff, but...
Yeah, during the years, there were teams that you wanted to fatten up against, and you had to, especially, your offense to get well. Sometimes they have to catch a pitching staff at the right time. Catch that 4-5-1, and one's being skipped this time over, so they're bringing somebody up from the minor leagues, and you get a little fat, and you feel a little good, and then that takes the offers, take a little sting out of the offers when you're facing the Verlanders and others.
Well, the Angels have scored 4 more runs in the 7 games against the Rangers. Unfortunately, Texas has put up a 10 spot a couple of times too. So we need to get that run differential down just a little bit for the Halos here this evening as they take on the Rangers for a quick 2 right here at the Big A. As we take our first time out here on Angels Live. But when we do come back, the man on the mound is looking for a little bit of redemption. Yeah, we're talking about Thor on a mission tonight against these Rangers.
Evan Longoria, a guy last year who was one of the catalysts to a surprising Giants team.
Meet Evan Longoria. He's watching MLB Network.
Longo's hitting with big-time power. Still that
because that's what baseball fans do.
Here we go, Longo, 2022.
presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Noah Syndergaard, he's about 6'6" on the hill. He's about 9'6" as he makes his way out to the bullpen to get his warm-up tosses as he will take to the mound in Game 1 in this 2-game quick series against these Texas Rangers. Welcome back outside. Bobby V, GA, and myself just hanging out with you. Okay, GA, you saw him walk out to the mound, and I'm sure I know what the answer is. It's probably no, but was there ever a pitcher that was intimidating when he got out on the hill and he brought that throughout the course of the game?
Never intimidated. The only person that I was worried about was Randy in his time. And that's just self-preservation. That's all that was. He never intimidated me. I was just worried about getting one stuck in my ear. That's all.
Yeah. Well, Bobby, when you see a Thor out there, I'm looking forward to a rebound performance. He couldn't get out of the first inning, the shortest outing of his career. He is setting an example. He's out there with the young guys, with Silseth, with Reed Detmers. What do you expect from him on a rebound performance after this tough one last Monday in Texas?
Well, let's get something perfectly clear, that there's a lot of talk about change-ups and two-seamers and breaking balls that are working all around the league. But this guy has got to establish his fastball up, and he's got to throw it at whatever his MAC for that day is. Maybe it's 94, maybe it's 95. He was pitching in his past life at 100, and I know he wants to get it up there. But if he can establish his fastball, the four-seam fastball, a real fastball, and maybe even throw one up and in once in a while early when everyone's watching, I think then that other stuff will play really nicely for him. He just can't come out of the chute trying to throw the sinker and have a 3-pitch inning. That's not who he is.
He's off to such a good start. I think a lot of us forget he is 2 years removed from Tommy John surgery, still trying to find his way. At the post-game press conference last week, he mentioned he's still trying to find that rhythm. But GA, if you dig in against Syndergaard tonight, what is your approach against a guy that used to throw triple digits, now is throwing 94, 95 miles an hour?
I'm still going to look for his fastball. I'm a fastball hitter. I'm going to try to take that pitch away from him and go on to a secondary pitcher. So I was a person that wouldn't let a pitcher establish his fastball in the zone. And the key thing was in the zone.
Now, we saw him too, and I wanted to bring something you guys and we talked about in a pregame meeting, was Syndergaard, 2/3 of an inning, but he stayed around, GA. He didn't leave. He stayed in uniform. He took questions after the game. What does that tell you of Syndergaard as a leader on this team?
He's all in as a teammate, and he's showing an example how to be a professional. And when I heard that story earlier today, I was impressed, because it's easy to go in the clubhouse, sulk, and then maybe do some media, but he stayed there and stayed with his teammates.
Yeah, and that goes a long way. I mean, we see him with these young guys. I mean, he's pretty much taken on the leading role for that pitching staff.
Yeah, and remember, he's on a 1-year contract. He's thinking about his team, but he's also thinking about himself. And I think last outing he was a little out of whack mechanically. I think they found a little something in the video room. I think he's going to come back really strong tonight. And GA, French, you mentioned 2 years since he's been pitching. That adrenaline, you have to learn to control it again.
Yeah.
You got to learn when you're out there. Oh, yeah, I know this feeling, but now I have to learn and remember how to control this feeling so that I'm competing the way I need to compete.
GA, we see him when he goes out there. He runs out before the other team is off the field. I mean, he wants to get out there and pitch. Another thing that we've noticed when these starters for the Angels have been successful, pace of play has been paramount. Playing behind a guy that's working quickly, how does that affect you as an outfielder?
It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me in the game. It keeps my head thinking about what's coming next. If the ball hits me, what am I going to do, as opposed to ball 1, ball 2, ball 3.
No.
So, yeah, here we got walks. So, no, it keeps you in the game, and you're always heads up.
Does that remind you of anyone you used to play behind?
Not anyone. Person I remember is Mark Burley.
Yeah.
He kept me in the game on the other side.
Yeah, and that's a good point.
Yes.
Are you telling Bobby, your guys, you need to step out, slow this guy down, get him off his rhythm? Is that part of the conversation?
Yes, it is.
Sure, always was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Even bunt, make him run off of the mound so that he has to catch his breath when he goes back before he throws the next pitch. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you do.
There's a great sequence too in their leadoff hitter last week got on first, stole second, and then he had his full attention for about 5 minutes. And he was completely, it looked like Bobby took him off his game.
Well, that's been his Achilles heel, that guys get on and he's easy to steal against. And he's at that point in his career where he has to decide, am I going to beat Tom Seaver and Nolan Ryan and let him steal second and third and strike him out and pop him up? Or am I going to be a guy who works in a little throw to first and keep him a little closer so that my catcher has a chance and so does the team? He's figuring that out after a 2-year layoff. So this stuff isn't easy stuff we're talking about. Yep. And I think he's going to make it look easy eventually. All
right, let's take another time out here on Angels Live pregame. When we come back, a guy that GA knows very, very well. We'll hear from the skipper, Joe Maddon, as he talks with Carl and Babe.
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of boxing's biggest stars. But top contender Rolando Rolly Romero wants his shot.
I'm going to knock Tank out, as simple as that.
On May 28th, it's time to...
That's all you do is talk.
Davis versus Romero for the 135-pound world title, Saturday, May 28th, live on pay-per-view.
Streaming live on ppv.com.
In the lineup as we welcome to Angels Live and Valley Sports, brought to you by Jerome's. Catch the Angels action from Jerome's best seat in the house. Sign up for a chance to win at jeromes.com. Texas Rangers in town for 2, part of this 9-game homestand versus the Halos. Let's get some reaction from the skipper, Joe Maddon. Here's Carl and Babe.
Joe, when Max Stassi is back behind the plate, what does he bring in terms of chemistry with a pitcher, and how is he able to kind of manage the game from back there?
Well, Max is very good, obviously, and it's not only that, it's what he provides on offense, too, but it's primarily the primary job of any catcher is to do exactly what you're talking about, kind of be like a little rocking chair for your pitching staff. Max has just got a great way about him. When I walk out to the mound to take a pitch ride, he's very easy to speak with. He's got clear focus or ideas on what he wants to do next. And when you get people like that, then it rubs off on everybody else. So Max really has a lot of those qualities.
Can you give us a Taylor Ward update as well?
Yeah. Excuse me. Just spoke with him, and he's doing well. And actually he's available to pinch hit tonight.
Oh, great. Yeah. Thanks for that. And Noah Syndergaard, when he's on the mound, what do some of his best pitches look like, and what do you expect from him today? Well, he's a throwback kind of guy for me, a strike thrower. I love the fact that he has a legitimate major league sinker. It's hard to dig those out and put them in the air. So, again, when he's really on, it's not unlike Lorenzen. If you're seeing a lot of ground balls on a pull side, and he's getting underneath righties or even like front door and lefties, that's what really makes guys like that spectacular. He's got a real good slider, but the other part of the sinker is his changeup. His changeup's that good. Thanks for keeping us up to date on that. We know what to look for tonight now. Thank you so much. My pleasure. Thank you.
Carl and Joe, thank you very much. Taking one more time out here on our pregame show, but when we do come back, we're going to find out where Jared Walsh is batting as the Angels lineup is next.
There's more to baseball than just the game.
Who's the biggest jokester in that clubhouse?
MLB Network's Off Base, the show that talks about baseball and everything around it.
The sky's the limit. That's why we love this sport.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson, 13 home runs into the left field stands.
Here comes Roger Maddon. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome.
That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout.
The Cubs have finally won it all.
The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Angels baseball presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Hey, all season long, the day after the Angels win at home, fans can redeem free medium fries with a $1 minimum purchase at participating SoCal McDonald's. Download and register on the McDonald's app. Hopefully, we get those kids get some fries after big W here tonight. Let's take a look at the lineup that Joe Maddon's going to put out on the field here tonight. He was talking to Carlin Baith about Max Stassi back in the lineup. But if you notice, Matt Duffy playing third base, Anthony Rendon getting a scheduled day off. The importance, Bobby V, of getting your regular catcher back in the lineup.
Well, to think that we played very well without him there is really the good news. But to have him there, especially with Thor going tonight, I think is paramount. I mean, I think he'll lead him the right way. He'll get him throwing all those pitches. And as Joe said, another bat doesn't hurt.
GA, another different lineup for the Halos. Matt Duffy getting in, Tyler Wade getting in. I guess we can call them the lesser guys, but how important is it to have these guys getting playing time? Because you're going to need them down the road.
It is important to get these guys in periodically just to keep them fresh and just to keep a feel. I mean, I know they're not out there every day, but to get them at bats and just to have them feel like they're actually part of the team as well.
All right. Well, GA, glad you're back part of the team with us.
Good to be back.
Glad to have you here as we get you ready for Angels baseball coming at you from the Big A. Tyler Wade and the boys getting ready to go head-to-head with the Rangers. Much more Angels baseball on the other side.
There's more to baseball than just the game.
Who's the biggest jokester in that clubhouse?
MLB Network's Off Base, the show that talks about baseball and everything around it.
The sky's the limit. That's why we love this sport.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
There's something about a park. The swings, the slides, the dogs. You can throw your food and wear it proudly. It's where showing off is encouraged, even if it doesn't always work out.
So, you in?
It is showtime!
The heart of your team. The heart of LA. Valley Sports West. The heart of the fan.
Heavy hearts at the Big A tonight as the Angels get ready to face the Texas Rangers in light of the tragic events in West Texas earlier today. Hello, I'm Patrick O'Neill, and I'll be joined by Mark Gubaza in a moment. Earlier this afternoon, Major League Baseball and the entire country was shocked by the terrible news coming out at Robb Elementary School. And like the rest of the country, we send our thoughts and our prayers to the community and the families at Uvalde, Texas. And earlier today, the Texas Rangers sent out this statement. Our thoughts, prayers, and deepest sympathies are with the Uvalde community and the families, friends, and loved ones of those lost today. So it certainly is with a heavy heart, but we are here for a baseball game. As the players are out on the field, we send it to Angels public address announcer Michael Araujo to get us ready for a moment of silence.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and kindly remove your caps. Major League Baseball, the Texas Rangers, and the Angels would like to send thoughts and prayers to the community of Uvalde, Texas. Earlier today, there was a tragic shooting at Robb Elementary School that resulted in many lives lost. Please join us in a moment of silence to honor the memory of those we tragically lost. Thank you. In honor of those serving our nation at home and overseas, please join Joelle Posey Granger in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup, or runs one down.
Oh, you won't see a better one than that.
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Here comes Roger Maddon. There's a new home run champion of all time.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
It is caught! Oh, what a catch by Trout! The Cubs have finally won it all! The Atlanta Braves are world champions!
Local Kia dealers, visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And we are here on a gorgeous night for baseball. Angel Stadium, Noah Syndergaard, and your Angels taking on the Texas Rangers. And welcome inside our broadcast booth with the two-time All-Star Mark Gubaza. I'm Patrick O'Neill, and Gooby, obviously the Texas Rangers did a great job versus the Angels, sweeping that series, and they're 3-4 on them on the season. But Mike Trout is a guy that could really flip that script in a hurry. His numbers against Texas are ridiculous.
Yeah, Patrick, even this season, 3 home runs against him, in 357 so far this season with 5 RBIs. So Trouty, we know his career numbers, but he's swinging the bat very well. That home run he hit earlier in the season down in Texas went about 474. So Trouty, comfortable against whatever they throw him, and he's been able to smash the baseball against them on a consistent basis. 3 home runs, last 5 games, 12 this season for Trouty. So he's on fire, and he's facing a team that he's been swinging the bat very well this season. So that's a good combination for Trouty. When you look throughout his career, 43 home runs, 118 RBIs, and 142 runs scored. 172 games against the Rangers. So a hot hitter against a team he has a lot of success against. I would settle down right away in that first inning and see what Trouty might do in the first inning as far as a home run.
Yeah, I think this is one of those must-see at-bats for Trout against Dunning, what he has done. But you got to take care of business. It's an AL West rivalry renewed. We've got lineups and getting you ready for first pitch when we come back.
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of boxing's biggest stars. But top contender Rolando Rolly Romero wants his shot.
I'm gonna knock Tank out, and simple as that.
On May 28th, it's time to...
That's all you do is talk.
Davis versus Romero for the 135-pound world title, Saturday, May 28th, live on pay-per-view.
Streaming live on ppv.com.
Bally Sports alongside Mark Gubaza, Patrick O'Neill, and Carlin Bathe is down on the field. A chance, Gooby, for the Angels to get back to 10 games over 500. It's a little mini 2-game set here with Texas, and then it's going to get really interesting. You want to take care of these games, of course. And Noah Syndergaard, last time out, it was his shortest outing of his career in Texas.
Oh, when you think they've already played 7 games down in Texas. It'll be the first time facing the Rangers here in this ballpark. And Noah Syndergaard has thrown the ball very, very well on this mound this season. 2-0 record, 1.65 ERA. For Noah Syndergaard.
It's the first time in this history between the Rangers and the Angels that the Angels started 7 straight games on the road. So here is Texas batting order: Simeon, Seager, Garver, Calhoun, Garcia, Heim, Lowe, Ibanez, and Miller. It hasn't been the usual suspects, Gooby, like, you know, Seager and Simeon. It really has been Calhoun and Heim that have done the damage.
They've done some damage against the Angels, but, you know, it's a turn the page to be able to continue to play good baseball at home. The Angels, and Syndergaard going against Marcus Semien to start this one off. The Angels 14-8 here at the Big A this season. My go-tos for Noah Syndergaard to have a bounce-back game against the Rangers and dominate throughout the strike zone is you got to have that 4-quadrant fastball command. That's that 4-seamer and 2-seamer throughout that 4-quadrant of the strike zone and avoid the middle of the plate, and then get some chases on the break ball. 6 strikeouts versus his curveball and slider. That's the pitch I think those two he's going to need against the Rangers. It was all speed pitches to get him out in front and expand the strike zone and some chases.
Yeah, he had to leave that game after just 2/3. It was that one long at-bat to Simeon, 12 pitch. That was costly. Let's take a look at the defense for your Halos here tonight. It's Marsh, Trout, and it's Tyler Wade in right field. More on Taylor Ward in a minute. Duffy, Velasquez, Rengifo, and Walsh. The Angels infield. Hey, Max Stassi is back. He's doing the catching tonight for Thor. We welcome Stassi back. And, you know, in his bat, watching him take some BP, and he had some good rehab, you know, moments certainly within the Empire. But it's great to have Stassi.
These two have worked exceptionally well together. And that's important to be that first game back, working with Thor out there in the mound for Max Stassi.
So first pitch, we are underway at the Big A, and starts Simeon off with a strike, and that's good because it was the command in Texas, and that struggled for Noah. He owned up to it, and he's ready to bounce back right away.
And what I'm looking for too, Patrick, and is that movement on pitches. A lot of his pitches, I mean, he was still throwing as hard as he normally would throw, but he didn't have that life at the end of the plate. And that sometimes will happen. There's peaks and valleys. When you're coming back, you haven't pitched for a couple of years, you're going to feel good, but you're not going to have that good stuff on your pitches.
There's a ground ball, of course. Velasquez is there. That's a relatively easy play for Andrew Velasquez. Angels have that shift on. He will shift whichever side he has a pull hitter on. He looks at his card, and if it has a kind of a highlight of red, he knows it's a pull, as he's doing right now. He's making his way to the right side, checking his card, as a pretty heavy pull hitter is up, and Corey Seager.
And a guy that's had a lot of success against Noah Syndergaard. So this is a big at bat here for Thor against Seager. Good start with a good curveball. You're seeing that a lot. The percentages are pretty high as far as first pitch curveballs for the Angels and success with that first pitch curveball.
Sure have, and that was a nice one. Great break on it. 0-1 here to Seager. And that's in there. It's 0-2.
So curveball, changeup. For a guy that's mentioned good numbers, 8 for 14. It's a .571 batting average with a home run. He will chase, especially down on a breaking ball.
And he chases there with the curveball. And that's a strikeout. 3 pitches. Seager goes down, 2 away.
And we've seen over the years with Seager when he's very aggressive early. That's where he does a lot of his damage, but he will chase breaking balls in the dirt, and he goes after that curveball. So 2 good curveballs in that sequence by Syndergaard versus Seager.
So a 2 down brings up Mitch Garver. 6 pitches, 2 outs for Syndergaard. And Velasquez is on the other side once again.
Pounding that strike zone, first pitch. His sinker's very, very effective. 47.4% ground ball rate this year. And you would think of him as a big power guy, strikeout fastball upstairs. He gets a lot of ground balls with his sinker.
Here's the 0-1. That one's driven towards the gap. Mike Trout coming over to the track, and Garver is retired for the third out at the top of the first. Ohtani and the Halos are coming up.
What can you expect from Butcher Box? 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, and so much more. From farmers who believe in raising animals with care, with no antibiotics or added hormones, ever. All with free shipping right to your door. Together, we can make a difference. One meal at a time. Get free ground beef for the life of your membership.
Life is about balance. If I get the proper amount of sleep, then I'm gonna be ready for whatever's to come. I use Aura Ring to always let me know everything that's going on with my body. The accuracy is what sets Aura apart. My sleep score is something that I'm always paying attention to. It's literally part of my morning routine. Always trying to make the most out of this thing we call life.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
Batting order is available to come off the bench. Ohtani will lead off. That was a good start last game. Trout hitting second, Walsh third, followed by Duffy, Rengifo, Marsh. Stassi is back behind the plate, catching Syndergaard, Tyler Wade, and Squid. And Velasquez hitting ninth and playing shortstop. And they will be facing Dane Dunning. This is the third time that Halos have seen him. And what do you expect this afternoon here, Mark?
Well, he's got a fastball, 88 to 92. It's about 41% of the time will throw a slider, changeup, cut fastball, and occasional curveball. But really, when you look at his pitches, he likes to go to changeup, slider.
Dunning in his career on the road, 1-8. 27 years old, making his 9th start of the season. And starts Ohtani off with a strike, just catches the corner. That's Brian Knight. Oh, and the balls and strikes here. Behind the plate. That one misses 1-1. Ohtani leading off the game with that blast to center field. Certainly was exciting. I mean, fans are still in line getting their beverages. Got to be here early if he's leading off.
And expect a lot of off-speed pitches, a lot of changeups. That's a very effective pitch. We saw even down in Arlington. Dane Dunning has pitched him well. It's odd when you think of a power left-handed swing like Shohei Ohtani against a righty here with that overpowering stuff. It's 1 for 12, but it's been the changeup that Shohei's had a tough time against him with.
Including 4 strikeouts. That misses inside. Why do you think pitchers want to attack Ohtani with the changeup?
Well, because they know he's so quick with his bat and getting his timing together that the changeup just gets him out in front. He starts moving that front hip open just enough where they're not getting that barrel of the bat on it.
So here's the 2-2. Ground ball foul.
So he's got already 3 changeups. My go-to is to have success against Dane Dunning for the Angels in their approach today against him at the plate. Is you got to ride that changeup for power. And occasionally you can square that one up. 3 home runs versus changeup. And hit the slider, the big part of the field, and throw that slider quite a bit. You got to use that middle part of the field to be successful against the slider. 30% usage for this slider.
Also, you may have noticed as that was fouled off that no Anthony Rendon in the lineup. You know, an off day yesterday, and Joe Maddon letting us know that's just back-to-back days off for Rendon. Whatever he may be, you know, working on, just gives him a little extra rest. He'll be in the lineup tomorrow night. Here comes another 2-2, and he got him. So here comes Mike Trout. We spent some time focusing on this man's numbers First off, on the season, Mike Trout is having a tremendous season. I mean, it's just ridiculous what he's doing. 323, 12 homers, 26 RBI, that 1,033 OPS. That leads all of baseball, although it would be second to Taylor Ward.
Yeah.
But Taylor doesn't, just fell out of qualification once again. Rangers play Trout with a shift. So a lot of room to the right side and up the middle.
He will try that fastball, that sinker off the plate now. He threw that first one inside. He likes to try that one go a little bit further off the inside part of the plate.
And that one, little flare job, and it's going to get down in front of Garcia. That's a one-out knock for Trout.
Boy, Trouty with 88 career home runs in the first inning. I think Dane Dunning will probably say, you know what, I'll take that single.
Yes. And a chance to maybe get out of it with a double play, but you got to deal with Jared Walsh, who has tremendous numbers against the Texas Rangers. And against Dunning, wow, 4 for 5. Yeah,
that's comfortable.
It is.
With a home run also. Likes that changeup or two-seamer first pitch, that sinker.
So Dunning gets ahead 0-1. It was a week ago. Angels lost that finale, that 6-5 extra inning game. Dunning ended up going 6 innings in that game. No decision. Grounded foul. Benji's going to let that one go. So it's safely 27-28. That's a pretty healthy batting average and big time OPS. It's safely first 26 games, third longest streak versus one opponent to start career in MLB history.
OPS of 1124, but the only reason why that didn't continue, he came in to pinch hit in that one game in the 9th inning and made it out on them. Otherwise, that would have continued on hit streak.
Cares about at the end of the day is getting the win. Changeup misses 1-2. Again, Trout at first base after a one-out single.
When you put it in perspective between his slider and his changeup, you're talking about 51% usage of those two pitches for Dane Dunning. He'll throw his cutter too, about 7, so only about 41% fastball usage. But he'll run that fastball in at a left-handed batter's hip and try to bring it back in the corner. But if it leaks out over the plate, it gets crushed.
The 1-2 called out, looking, catches the inside part of the plate. Another sinker there, 2 down.
Let's take a look at his pitch arsenal. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. And then 41% sinker. That was a sinker he threw in at the hip and got the corner. 30% slider, 22% changeup, a cutter at about 7%. It's not overpowering, but he's got pretty good movement. He usually lives in that lower third. He's a ground ball specialist. So you got to try to lift the baseball up in the air against him. But he's about 52.8% ground ball rate this year. And a little over 51% in his career. So he lives in that lower third.
Brings up Matt Duffy. His first look at Dane Dunning. Takes a strike.
Patio, remember we were talking in batting practice the way he was swinging the bat? He's my pick to click today.
Yeah.
Matt Duffy. I just feel like he's going to do well. Usually you think of him against lefties, but overall in his career numbers against right-handed pitching, it's much better. So big part of the field here. A lot of it's open here for him. The line drive up the middle.
And he was hitting a lot of those in batting practice and hitting a few really deep and gone into the Angels bullpen. He wouldn't mind me calling him wiry, would he?
No, but strong.
Yeah, very strong.
Almost expect a slider here again. Let's try to punch that ball into the outfield. Let Trout run.
Make some noise for Long Beach. Oh, got him. So he strikes out the side. 2 swinging, 1 looking. No score, end of the first.
Hey guys, Gronk here to talk to you about your hair game.
Hims has a full lineup of clinically proven hair loss treatments, all prescribed online by a licensed medical provider and shipped directly to your door, if appropriate. Order today and get a 90-day money-back guarantee at 4hims.com.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts, performances too.
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Here, Noah Syndergaard is on the mound today, already improving past what he had accomplished in his last start against the Rangers. And earlier today, I caught up with skipper Joe Maddon and talked about what he expects from him tonight and some of his favorite pitches. He said he's a throwback kind of guy. He's a strike thrower. I love the fact that he's still got a legitimate major league sinker. And guys, when he's really on, he said he's not unlike Lorenzen. If you're seeing a lot of ground balls on the pull side and he's getting underneath righties or even front door on lefties, that's what makes guys like him spectacular. And I was just curious, what are you guys noticing about his performance tonight so far?
Well, so far, Carlin, he's really using all his pitches going to his 4 quadrants of the strike zone, getting ahead of the count, so that enables him to use all his pitches instead of being forced in the middle of the plate, falling behind, and using a fastball where they could sit on a fastball instead of his changeup and his curveball, even slider.
So here's Cole Calhoun. Thank you, Carlin, for that report on Thor. And now 1-2, so the former Angel. What was it like for you, Gooby? Let's say you get, you struggle, and you don't even get it out of the first inning. Then you got to face the same team. That must be a tough 4 or 5 days that you're waiting to make it back out.
Yeah, but you always feel, okay, there's a lot of adjustments I have to make. I have my good bullpen sessions in between, maybe even get 2 of them in between my workout, and know that I'm going to make a lot better pitches. And already you're seeing that. He's using his changeup more to go along with his sinker. When you use a changeup, and I'm noticing this to bite in late life on those pitches in the lower part of the strike zone. There wasn't a lot of late life. It was kind of lateral movement right to the barrel of the bat. So far, so good for Syndergaard as far as movement.
70 degrees at first pitch. Here's the 1-2 to Calhoun. And swing and a miss. He got him.
That's a great sequence. You went back-to-back changeups, and you go 4-seam fastball, upper part of the strike zone, maybe slightly above it, and rides it. And Cole Calhoun unable to catch up. We know Cole, over the years, he's very, very effective. His first couple pitches of him in a bat, great numbers. As the bat continues and more pitches seen, that's when Cole Calhoun had struggled. That was good changeups and then a 4-seam fastball for the punch out.
Right there at 94, 95 miles per hour. And Garcia, he's not sure about that. Thought that was low, looked low, but Brian Knight called that a strike. And it's a big difference, 0-1 versus 1-0. Quickly 0-2. Wanted to mention also, we mentioned Max Stassi doing the catching, that Archie Bradley is also back now for the Angels. And like to welcome Archie back, and also his dog Crash was found.
Yes, that was great. That was great news.
It was found at a shelter. He put out a desperate tweet, and you know what? Social media, the family helped out. That one's driven to Brandon Marsh. No problem. He's a defensive whiz out there in left field. Has done a great job.
That's 2 outs he's gotten on an 0-2 pitch. It's good to see that, not wasting. He went back-to-back changeups. I think during the course of this game, if he gets ahead of Garcia at some point, he's going to elevate a fastball just like he threw the Cole Calhoun. That's going to be effective for him. This guy has been a problem.
Anaheim, yep. Wow. The switch hitting catcher has had some. It's been Calhoun and Heim that have caused a lot of damage in the 7 games so far, all in Texas. First time seeing them here at the Big A.
Yeah, 4-12, 7 for 17 with 9 RBIs.
4 of those on that grand slam off Shohei.
That was a splitter. I'm still in shock on that. 0-2 splitter.
So that's nice to see that life on that fastball, and also we're seeing pitching from Noah Syndergaard here so far.
Yeah, 18 pitches, Patrick, 15 strikes. That's a man on a mission so far.
Yeah, he seems absolutely locked in. Starting pitching has been great. It's a foul ball. I want to get to our Charmin ultra strong stats about starting pitching. And how about just the last 2 in general for the Angels? You have Michael Lorenzen and then Patrick Sandoval. One going 6, the other going 7 and a third.
When you combine that together, 13 and a third innings, just 7 hits, allow 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts. That's getting it done. Using all your pitches, working quickly, and utilizing that great defense.
All right, that one misses. Angels starting pitching since the start of May. A 2.76 ERA. You know, but versus Texas, it's been more the relief pitching that has put up the good numbers, not the starting pitching. They want to turn that around. You know, Noah, what a smart job to let that go. And Rengifo is there to throw out Jonah Heim, and 6 up, 6 down for Noah Syndergaard. We head to the bottom of the second.
Champion of all time.
Don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
That ball is gone. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Tied at 0, bottom of the second. Now it's time for a Hyundai key for the game tonight. Going a little YG, a little ride out that slider outside part of the plate. Same thing with the changeup. You got to ride that outside part of the plate and use the damage to that big part of the field against Dane Dunning today. Don't get into pull mode against him. Ride those pitches outside.
That's your neighbor,
yes,
right?
Yes.
That's not the first time he's been part of a Hyundai Key this year, is it?
Between that and Polo G.
Oh, that's right. So, by the way, happy Gooby Tuesday, 1 and all. Don't think I'm going to let that slide. Luis Rengifo hitting 5th. This Angels batting order tonight. Joe Maddon was really talking about Rengifo, complimenting his play, liking him more at second base, anywhere else, and he wants him in the lineup. And he feels second base. He loves the way he can turn 2.
And he feels when everyone gets back being healthy. Another really good changeup by Dane Dunning is he could be a super utility guy, play a number of different positions. Shortstop, we know he can play shortstop, play some third, he's played some outfield also. When everyone gets back being healthy.
So Dunning's feeling pretty good. There's a little chopper, long run, and the out.
Yeah, Banez is really good. We've seen him over the years at third base. Well, he was a third baseman tonight, but playing second base on that play.
Number 77, you don't see that very often in the bigs. So Dunning pitching well, but how about the job from 2 innings from Noah Syndergaard? 21 pitches, 17 strikes.
You just knew he was going to have that focus here tonight. Now it's just up to the offense to give him some support here. Brandon Marsh. Yep. Especially that lower third. A lot of pitches downstairs. This should be a pretty good matchup for him.
In there to Marsh.
Why I say that? Because pitchers have been trying to run that fastball upstairs. He's had a tough time with that one. But changeups and sinkers, even sliders lower third, should go into that swing path for Brandon Marsh.
Rangers have a shift on, and now with 2 strikes, you have a Banez that switches places with Seager. Semien in the hole at second base. Nathaniel Lowe at first. That one misses. So with 2 strikes, they feel that Banez is perhaps their best defenseman, defender at that.
Yeah, because he's got good range.
Yeah.
And he's comfortable playing a number of different positions. We've seen him play first base already, too, this season for the Rangers.
Sorry, a couple of hockey games going on tonight.
And Rangers.
Dropped another Rangers. That's the wrong Rangers. And back on the blue line is Andy Banez. One down, bottom of the second. 2-2 to Brandon Marsh. What a spectacular day here. Decent crowd. Still rolling in.
Nice good bat working right now, going from 0-2 now to 3-2. Still not afraid to throw his changeup, even 3-2 to a lefty.
Stassi on deck. Oh, that one's lined right over the shift, over the head of Semien. It's a base hit for Brandon Marsh.
Nice job of tracking that all-speed pitch, that changeup lower third, and hook it into right field. That's right, that nice little changeup, turned it over, kept it down, but right there, that swing, good at bat. After being behind 0-2, worked it to 3-2, and got a pitch in the zone, lines to the right field.
Oh, that's great to see.
By the way, keep an eye on Stassi first pitch. A lot of damage first pitch for Stassi this season. .552 batting average. 2 home runs in the first pitch he sees.
First game since May 8th. Welcome back, Max Stassi. Doesn't offer at that. Gets the call. Does Dunning. It's 0-1. Angels picked up a half a game with the Astros losing yesterday, but they're winning big versus Cleveland. Valdez on the hill. That's a ground ball. This could be 2. And 1, 2, 6-4-3 double play. And Dane Dunning just allows that hit to Marsh and gets out of it. Back to Syndergaard. Noah Syndergaard. No score, top of the third, 21 pitches, 17 strikes. And Gooby, when you look at the arsenal, I imagine it's hard for the Rangers to really pick up what he's going to be throwing.
Yeah, take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud, what he will throw. 27% changeup usage, sinker at 26, four-seam fastball 22, slider at 16, and curveball at 8%. You can see the separation of speed between his curveball and his fastball. And so far tonight, he's really mixed it up very well. 5 fastballs, 6 changeup. He's got that sinker working. He's also mixed in some curveballs in there throwing for strikes. And a couple sliders, too, effectively against this Ranger lineup.
Nathaniel Lowe leading off the third. How much is that Stassi making these calls based on how well they've worked together? I haven't seen Noah shake them off at all.
They're very, very comfortable together.
So here's Lowe, had that walk-off home run off Iglesias a week ago.
Remember, that was on the first pitch he saw.
But we've seen bounce back from Tepera and also from Iglesias since then. And the Angels have a 2-game winning streak. And look at it go, 10 games over 500 with a win here tonight.
Well, now he's got him set up for a changeup away. Just looking at the batting stance for Nathaniel Lowe from our angle up here, pretty far away from the plate. And that means a lot of times when you see a hitter like that, that means they're going to dive towards the plate when they throw the ball. But when you start with that movement and a changeup, a separation of speeds, I'm thinking that's got to be a pretty good pitch to try on him now.
See what he throws here, 1-2. There's a little bit of sunlight peeking through the stadium. Andrew Velasquez was just shading his eyes, and nothing seems to faze this young man at all. His defensive run saved this season has the Angels one of the best defenses, if not the very best, in baseball, and a lot of that has to do with the pitching staff.
When you work quickly, throw strikes, they're going to make plays. They're on their toes, ready to go. You have a lot of ground ball pitchers in this rotation. All high percentages of ground ball rates this year.
The 2-2 to Lowe. Hit well, but foul. So this, just back to this starting rotation ERA. I mentioned the 2.76 coming in second in the American League in the month of May. It's also the second lowest ever for the Angels. Back in 1989, a 2.66. Just puts it in perspective. It's really been this 5-man rotation and mixing and matching for that 6-man. That's another ground ball. Walsh comes over. Noah runs over as well. And 3-1. Out number 1 is retired.
And soft contact on the ground. 3 ground ball outs for Syndergaard. We saw earlier today, Jarrett Walsh was working on ground balls off the bat. There's a flip to Jeremy Reed, and he was working on different kind of hops at first base. It was great to see both him and Matt Duffy working on both ground balls and then throws from the machine over there to first base to give themselves that little bit of an edge in case something happens during the course of the game where you might be the difference maker as far as the defensive play.
A lot of great work earlier this afternoon. All the coaches. Phil Nevin had the fungo bat, and he snapped it in half. This is going to be a tough play for Duffy. He was working on just that, and Ibanez is out at first. What a play.
And that's the key. When you work on things, you're going to be comfortable during the course of a game. It's not going to surprise you. Slow rollers the third. Hard hit baseballs the third for Matt Duffy earlier. He comes in on this one very well. And quick on the transfer. And a firm throw to first base to get the out. So another ground ball out. Soft contact. Well played by Matt Duffy.
Looked like Rendon.
Yes.
There you go. How about the ground ball outs so far for Noah? It's 4. And a couple of strikeouts. And with 2 down, it's Brad Miller trying to get the first time through this Texas Rangers batting order. Another ground ball. Rengifo. Little flip over to Jared Walsh, and that's a 1-2-3 third for Syndergaard. No score, bottom 3 coming up.
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup,
Swing and a miss!
or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
It is gone!
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup,
Swing and a miss!
or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
As Tyler Wade checks in, let's show you our Chevy stats. Angels hitting comparison, first 43 games of the season versus last year. So swing percentage down, out of zone swing percentage is down, hard rate up, walk percentage up. So that's a recipe for success.
Yeah, and everyone, it goes down to that whole thing when everyone's saying they're taking a lot of third strikes, but they're being patient. They're not chasing pitches out of the strike zone. They're not just up there hacking. They're forcing pitchers to throw strikes in the zone, and when it is, it's that hard hit rate is up. And the walk percentage up. So there's more traffic and more baseballs hit hard by bringing pitches in the zone.
Tyler Wade playing right field. And Taylor Ward is available off the bench. Just don't necessarily want Ward playing the field right now. He's got a little nerve issue, had an MRI yesterday, everything checked out.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Dane Dunning's throwing a lot of really good changeups early on.
So there's Taylor, chat with Matt Duffy about that good defensive play. That's a ground ball. Simeon is there, and we have one away here in the third. Brings up Andrew Velasquez, who I had a nice conversation with, such a great young man. He lives in West Hollywood, believe it or not, Mark, and that's a bit of a haul to get down here every single night. And he said he loves it. It's more his speed.
I like that anybody that's got to travel more than a few feet to go to the stadium here. I know that feeling.
His walk-up music, don't know if you can catch a glimpse of it. Maria Isabel. It's his girlfriend. She's from Queens. He's from the Bronx, and they live together. And she's a really good recording artist. He's very proud of her, and one of the nicest people he knows. And so West Hollywood, for Andrew Velasquez. You know what Mr. Velasquez was trying to push for me was to get a live DJ. I don't know what power he thinks I have, but he wants a live DJ on the field for batting practice.
Well, you could be the DJ, Patrick.
I said, no. He said he's pretty good with his mixtapes. But I said, I don't know. Squid, if we're going to be able to pull that off for just batting practice.
By the way, Patrick, I don't know if you're aware of this, but my wife is from Jamaica, Queens. Born and raised.
I do. I am aware of that.
Yes.
And because Lisa, anytime there's trouble, the New Yorker comes out. Oh, there's a strikeout looking for Velasquez. Two down.
Lower part of the strike zone. Remember that last game out? Over the season, he's gotten so far against the Angels 7 strikeouts looking. This is his 3rd start. Now 2 already today of his 4 looking. And it was a strike, but anytime you see a catcher move his glove that much, you would think, okay, he's thinking it's below the strike zone. That's why he's bringing it up. But it was a strike when it crossed the front of the plate.
why does the catcher move the glove that much? If really they only have to move it as like an inch or two just to frame it perfectly in the bottom part of the strike.
Well, some catchers lose strikes called when you see that movement. The home plate umpire basically is telling you, you don't think it's a strike.
Oh, bounce that one right off of Shohei Ohtani. Take first base, 2 out, hit by the pitch.
That's right on the foot.
Yeah, boos that one.
So you got that toe area when he's moving it. He's got that padding, but that's not where the padding was.
Oh, he's going to need a toe guard like they have in hockey.
Another hockey reference. Way to go, Patrick.
That can't feel good at all. There you see that sunlight coming through just a little bit.
And so often pitchers, because that's some of the things we do, you'll throw a pickoff throw right away over there after you hit him. Just to aggravate the base runner even more.
You wouldn't do that on purpose, would you? All right, so Mike Trout, who singled back in the first.
No, Ricky Henderson was automatic after you hit him. First pitch, he was gone. He was going. He said, oh, if you're going to hit me, I got a triple. He wasn't stopping at second. He was going to third.
Change the game. Game hasn't been the same without him. We'll never see numbers like that on the base pass. I don't think so. 1-1 to Trout. Who, by the way, in the American League, he leads baseball in OPS. Tied for first in runs, extra base hits, tied for first. The man just gets better and better.
4 for 9 against Dunning in his career with a couple home runs.
Okay, so Dunning ahead 1-2.
He's really getting a lot of odd looks on his fastball because hitters are sitting off speed against him, which when you think about percentage-wise, you would as a hitter because you still feel that you can react to 90-91 on a fastball. That's out of the pitcher's hands. So when you talk about crossing home plate, you're talking about 87, 88 maybe.
Does he catch any part of the zone here? 1-2. 2-2. So Ohtani kind of bluffed, does have the 6 stolen bases.
Anaheim has only thrown out 3 base stealers so far, 15%. Caught stealing for Jonah Hines behind the plate. Dane Dunning in his career, 10 stolen bases in 12 attempts, so you can steal against no career pickoffs.
He's back safely. Ohtani, that man right there, is going to be pitching on Thursday.
That's going to be a lot of fun against the Jays when they come into town. And it sets up more than likely when you look ahead into that New York series next road trip, Syndergaard and Ohtani going against the Yankees.
Lucky. Right down the middle. That's another one for Dane Dunning. His 5th strikeout, another tough one. Looking. End of the 3rd, no score.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.TV's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
Wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.TV.
The Friends and Family Fun Pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas for only $44. How can you beat it? Check out angels.com/funpack. Another ground ball. Velasquez is there. And out number 1, Marcus Semien is retired. That's a big out and another ground ball.
And I love that little communication between Matt Duffy and Andrew Velasquez, because usually as a third baseman, they're even talking right now. A lot of times you'll see a third baseman going towards that hole, but he also realized it's an easier play for Andrew Velasquez. He can field it and go have momentum going towards first as compared to an off-balance throw by Matt Duffy.
And Squid is busting his tail to get way over to the right side. Syndergaard works quick, so he had to hustle. Corey Seager is up with 1 down.
That's 6 ground ball outs already for Syndergaard.
And 9 of 11 batters he has started with a first pitch strike. So you think he is Mark Gubaza out there? Come on.
Oh, negative on that one there, Patrick.
That's Scooby Tuesday. Let's go. We got to bounce back. Got to bounce back. Looking to even the series with Texas. This is the 8th meeting of 19, and they're 3-4. So far, they took 3 of 4 and then lost all 3 in Texas.
I like that when that sinker starts at the hip and brings it back in the inside corner. That's a pretty good indication of the difference in the movement in this game as compared down to Texas. Where it starts and where it ends up. That's some late movement at 95.
I like how Stassi, though, he really framed that one well. There's the 1-2. Off speed, he just got a piece of that. Foul. Stays 1-2.
Yeah, Stassi's one of the best in the game as far as defensive runs saved, and where he gets those extra pitches for his staff. So he wants to go maybe a changeup here, or he could throw that fastball away. Oh, paints.
Oh, he does. He paints looking. 2 down. What a pitch.
Well, for a guy that's had a lot of success against him, he has really pitched him effectively so far. That's that unhittable spot. As the Hall of Famer Jim Palmer has said, whether it's on his broadcast or just a conversation or when he was pitching, the most unhittable pitch, fastball at the knees away. You give up on it as a hitter. You just give up. The only thing you're going to do is hit the ball on the ground. Still one of my favorite pitches to see a guy throw is that fastball at the knees away.
Perfect location for Syndergaard, and he starts off Mitch Garver with strike 1. He's getting ahead of these Rangers hitters here tonight. You know, they always say that the momentum starts with the next day's starting pitcher, especially with the off day, and it's Noah Syndergaard. That's popped up. That's a big time pop up. Stassi is coming back on it, and it drifts foul. And a nice souvenir. It's always nice to get that one off the carom. It's an easier hop. Dad's the hero tonight. What do you want to see here, 0-2 to Garver?
I want to see a chase on a breaking ball. See if you can get that feel for that pitch. It's going to be effective when you're going through that second or third time through. He was on that fastball inner half. Still pretty good as far as 94-95 for Syndergaard today. 33 strikes of his 40 pitches thrown.
They put up on the board here that Mitch Garver's nickname is Garv Sauce.
We're back inside again. Same spot almost.
So back-to-back fastballs.
See if you get a chase here. Slider off the plate. Tried it.
Yep, good miss.
Now Garver's got to think, okay, is he going to go back inside? He went back-to-back on me inside and then a slider away.
The 1-2. Downstairs, 2-2.
That's a pretty good take. That was a good changeup.
Was fouled off at the plate. Count remains 2-2. Texas, they're 4 games under 500 away from Globe Life Field. 18-22 overall.
Yeah, Chris Wilbert's having him playing some pretty good baseball again.
That's a fly ball, left field. Brandon Marsh going back on it. He has room, jumps up, and he makes the catch. Noah Syndergaard's like, did you? He's like, oh, yes, I did.
He went Captain Caveman, climbing the wall.
Garv Sauce gave it a ride, and Marsh reaches back and takes a hit away. Extras, and we remain scoreless.
Angels baseball, everybody. Hey, Mike Williams, Chargers wide receiver, tweeting at Mike Trout on Sunday, trying to get his attention. He said he'd try again Tuesday. Well, I'm sitting here with him right now. Mike, have you gotten Trout's attention yet today, or is he a little bit busy out there?
He a little busy right now. You know, I talked to him before the game. He said he gonna put on a little show for me, so I'm just waiting on a home run or something.
Well, Brandon Marsh just put on a show for us there with that catch out there. I know football's your sport, right? But you're a pretty incredible catcher. You think you could make something like that in the outfield?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I played outfield in high school. You know, I had a few catches like that. But yeah, that was an amazing catch. That was pretty sick right there.
What's the atmosphere here like at the Big A? Just kind of describing. I know you were watching Rangers BP earlier and just kind of taking it all in. What was it like for you personally?
It's lit. Yeah, you hear it.
We got a double.
Yeah, it's lit though. I like the atmosphere. This is my second baseball game that came to since I've been out here. My first one was Sunday. So y'all might see me a lot more often now.
All right, well, you're welcome back anytime. Thanks for doing this. I hope you enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Patrick, back to you guys.
Bringing us a little good fortune there with that double for Jared Walsh. Mike Williams, Lake Marion High School and Technology Center in Santee, South Carolina.
You know he would make that play at the wall. Those hands, phenomenal receiver, phenomenal. We were trying to hang around down there to meet him earlier today, but we just had to get up here in time for the game. But what a thrill it must be for Carlin to be able to talk to Mike down there in the stands.
Yeah, with Mike Williams is somebody you want on your fantasy team, especially with the way Justin Herbert flings that football around the field. All right, so runner in scoring position for Matt Duffy. Nobody out, bottom of the fourth.
I love Matt Duffy's reaction on that catch by Brandon Marsh. He put his hands up like it was a field goal, talking about football down there where Mike put his up, field goal.
That's kind of how Marsh put up his hands to make the catch.
Yes.
He He went back on it and then had to reach way back. And it was a great play to end that inning. I know Syndergaard loved it. Syndergaard's put up 4 zeros.
This is a big at-bat here for Matt Duffy and the Angels at the very least now, especially with 2 strikes. And he's so good as far as using the middle of the field. Got to hit something to that right side. Just make some contact. You got to get Walshy over to third. A kind of a break there, a little communication or lack thereof out in the outfield results. You know, in an opportunity to be in scoring position with a double. His 4th double going along with 8 home runs.
Yeah, with Calhoun and Garcia. First off, I don't want either one of those guys to run into each other, but especially I don't want to run into Garcia.
Oh, no.
But it was placed. It was placed perfectly. But you know, Cole's going to go all out. So obviously Garcia is probably the guy that's going to call for it, being the center fielder. But nonetheless, that's a double for Walsh. It's 0-2 here to Duffy. Can he move him over to third or drive him in? And he's going to definitely get him to third. And he'll hold up right there, first and third, nobody out.
Kind of a line drive on a changeup. Stayed back in the well. He's got that foot down and got it. Lines in left field for a single, especially with 2 strikes. Real good at bat. Matt Duffy.
And so Duffy's single moves Walsh to third. And it's going to bring up Luis Rengifo. And the way that Syndergaard's pitching, you want to get some runs for him.
Boy, is he locked in.
And he has been fun to watch tonight. 45 pitches, 36 strikes, 4 scoreless. Does it get over the head? It does not. Low throws home, but Walsh beats it. That's going to be an RBI for Rengifo.
Gets the job done, gets the guy to second, and gets a run home. I think early in the game, if you're Nathaniel Lowe, you made the right decision here. You're going right to the bases, right at the bag, step on at first. He looked quickly to second, then that slide in there. Joe Anaheim is looking for some reason as if he got that tag in before the foot, but it looked like he easily got his foot on the plate. Walsh read that one well.
It's like when Lowe looked to second base, he lost the time to throw home to get Walsh. Otherwise, that would have been closer.
That's a productive out. Not only the guy home, now you have another guy in scoring position at Matt Duffy with Brandon Marsh, who had a base hit against Dane Dunning his first time up.
Yeah, he did. He was stranded in that second inning. And it's 1-0 Halos here, bottom of the 4th. That's ground ball. Seager fields it, throws across, high throw. It gets away Low, gets by Low. Here comes Duffy, and he's going to score. 2-0 Angels. The speed, the pressure that Marsh put on Seager.
Yeah, forced him to be quicker on his throw. He's trying to get that one more hop. He tried to get a lot on the throw, but then dropped his elbow. Although if Nathaniel Lowe is able to control that baseball, he's going to get it at first. But good hustle going down the line for Brandon Marsh, a former football player himself down in Georgia.
Yeah, Buford, Georgia. And then Nevin saying to Duffy, let's get going. And he's on the move, and that one's driven to left field. Stassi hits it well, and it's going to bounce off the wall. It's a ground rule double.
I'm curious to see where they put him. If they put him back to third or let him score, because he's on the move.
They're putting him back to third, Gooby. He was on the move.
But a little bit of a stop right at second base. That's the only reason why.
Oh, it's too bad that bounce. You know, hitting the warning track and going out of play. If that skips off the wall, that's an easy run and an RBI for Stassi.
Little spinning break ball. That's that one I talked about earlier. Our key to the game, that little hanging slider. Ride it out, almost rode it out of the ballpark. Max Stassi, that's him. That's when he's at his best, an early swinging account for Stassi. Maximus entertaining us almost with a home run, but a double. I think with that conversation too out of the mound is, be aware of a potential safety squeeze.
Still waiting on that scoring on the Marsh play at first base with Corey Seager. Just out of curiosity, how would you score it, Mark?
I think that's an error.
E6, yeah. I would think.
Infield in.
Oh, that's a nice bunt right there. Great call, great speed. Oh, Dunning just spikes it into the ground. Marsh scores. Tell you what, they feel the need for speed here tonight, Gooby.
Everyone's chanting their Mike Williams here in this inning. Get him back on there, Carlin.
What a bunt. Captain Chaos all over the place.
You talk about deading in a baseball and putting it in the perfect spot where you know it's going to be effective scoring the run. He was caught in between this holding up on the throw because he knows he don't have a play. Ends up throwing that straight down into the ground. Can't let up. Got to keep adding on. Good all-around hustle that entire inning, and even that bringing that one home run back. What an inning for Brandon Marsh.
There is absolutely no let-up for the Angels in this inning. 3 runs in. First and third for Velasquez. 1 down and Ohtani on deck.
Interesting thing with him, he was working today on bunting with one hand. That means controlling your top hand with your arm and your strength and your wrist and your forearm for Velasquez today earlier. I still think Joe's going to give him a chance to swing the bat because he can hit the ball in the air. Couple reasons why you're seeing some throws over there. One, their bullpen potentially get moving around down there, but also just to see if he gives it away, he would square around. But this will not be a straight suicide squeeze. This will be another safety type squeeze if they're going to try it. But I still think it's swing away here.
Yep. And they work with Velasquez with that sacrifice bunt from this side of the plate. By the way, the scoring on that Marsh at bat, single and an E6, no RBI. That's the scoring for now. And 3 runs are in. Stassi at third. Good speed with Wade at first. Great speed. And he's on the move. And it's hit foul. So Tyler's going to have to go back to first. Count remains 0-2. 3 runs on 7 hits so far for the Angels against Dane Dunning.
Now with 2 strikes, Patrick, I'm not allowing Tyler Wade to go on the move here because of Shohei Ohtani on deck with 1 out. If you have a strike him out, throw him out, you leave Shohei leading off next inning. I think you still give him a shot, so let Andrew Velasquez swing away and keep that anchor there at first base for Tyler Wade.
And then also, you know, you have Ohtani, and if he doesn't want to pitch to Ohtani, then you're going to possibly walk him for Mike Trout. You know, have the bases loaded, 2 down.
That's why there's times to be aggressive, and then there's times to realize where you're at in the lineup.
Fly ball, left field.
I'll get the job done.
Brad Miller is there, and Stassi's coming home. The throw to second base. And the 4th run comes in. Sacrifice fly, RBI for Velasquez. 4-0 Angels.
Really solid at bat for Squid. Mike Trout going over, giving a high five to Andrew Velasquez. You love to see that from Trouty. He knew he did a nice job with 2 strikes. He got a pitch he could hit in the air. Got the job done. Great at bat. 10 RBIs, by the way, on the season for Velasquez.
Squid. All right, our key player profile. Angels this season. Ohtani, Trout, and Walsh have 3 homers versus the Rangers. Only team with 3 players with 3+ homers versus the same opponent. In fact, Angels have 15 home runs in the 7 games. All of those in Texas. Trout on deck. Ohtani looking to put up another crooked number there. Already 4 in. Syndergaard is dealing. Inning started with that leadoff double from Jared Walsh, and you're right, Gooby. You got to credit Mike Williams for getting the mojo going in this inning.
And you got Syndergaard in the dugout simulating throwing already. He's ready to go back out to the mound. He'll take a few more runs, but he's going to be ready to go out there and attack. Keeping that arm loose.
One and one to Shohei. 4-0 Angels here, bottom of the 4th. Excellent start to Gooby Tuesday.
Well, I'm thinking those eyes right now, that focus, that intense focus on Noah Syndergaard. Thinking of Mike Singletary with the Chicago Bears, that look he used to have.
Come on. That was an insane look. You cannot possibly. Well, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry, you're absolutely right, sir. 86 Bears and Noah Syndergaard. Ohtani was looking at 85 Bears. Well, they won the Super Bowl in 86, right? January 86.
That's a good hack at a changeup there for Shohei. Stayed on that changeup that time.
Two outs, 2-2 to Ohtani. Wade's on the move. That one misses. Tyler Wade's able to steal the bag. Stay right there.
Fourth stolen base season for Tyler Wade. 18th stolen base in 21 attempts against Anaheim now. Although that's not stolen on him. A lot of times you see that the numbers get put on the catcher, but it's really the pitcher where you're stealing majority of your bases.
Swipes that one easy. Chaos out there. The 3-2. And it misses. That's a walk. Very, very close. Chris Woodward's like, where was that? Ohtani gets that call from Brian Knight, and that's going to bring up Mike Trout.
Ran that two-seamer. Ooh, that's getting that lower part of the strike zone. See, bringing that glove up that much, that could cost you the strike. Just keep that right there. If you're Jonah Heim, just keep that there. The presentation of you hit the exact spot you wanted to, and you'll get the call. But when you move that much, sometimes you take that away.
Not necessary to move it that much. Pitch was right there. And for once in a while, a star like Ohtani is going to get it. Going to get a call. We've seen plenty go against him. Trout 1 for 2 on the season, 11 for 30 with 3 homers and 5 RBI versus the Rangers. Fly ball right field. Cole Calhoun is his old buddy, squeezes that for the final out. Not until big time crooked number for the Halos. They score 4 and lead 4-0 to the 5th.
Hey guys, Gronk here to talk to you about your hair game.
Hims has a full lineup of clinically proven hair loss treatments, all prescribed online by a licensed medical provider and shipped directly to your door, if appropriate. Order today and get a 90-day money-back guarantee at forhims.com.
Yeah! Nice.
What?
With the Game Time app, I pay 60% less than this guy. 60%? Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
Angels playing some excellent baseball here at home the last couple of games. Tremendous starting pitching. We've seen it from Lorenzen and Sandoval, and we're seeing the same here tonight. Gooby from Noah Syndergaard.
And he's using his pitches very effectively. Change-up's been good, getting ahead of the count. You have a batter at the plate in Cole Calhoun that generally is up there swinging early. A lot of his damage done the first couple pitches of an at-bat.
And that's the first pitch, but Walsh is there. He's going to take it himself. One away.
Let's take a look at our Frontier play sense, going back to our go-tos and what he needs to do today for Noah Syndergaard, using those 4 quadrants of the strike zone. Change-up, away, lower part of the strike zone. Here you go, change-up again, fading towards that outside part of the plate, getting some soft contact. Going to fastball, inside, jamming Jonah Heim. Perfect spots as far as that quadrants of the strike zone, with all his pitches working effectively so far for Syndergaard.
In 47th pitch coming right here to Adolis Garcia.
That's 7 ground ball outs for Syndergaard.
Oh, that's going to be a base hit, right field. That one gets down. First hit of the night for the Rangers.
Down, he got a slider, went first pitch fastball, and then he goes slider away. This is a good piece of hitting. We'll see it track that one, stay back on it, and hit that one very well to right field. It's always a stolen base threat. And you remember down in Texas, they were aggressive against Noah Syndergaard.
Patrick Sandoval in the last game had to admit that he certainly wanted that shutout, but there was the thought of a no-hitter crossing his mind, and you have Syndergaard going 4 1/3. Maybe a little too early to start thinking about it for Noah, but probably not for the fans at home. So 1 out, 1 on for Jonah Heim.
Well, he's had a lot of those little flares out to left field too, and he was trying to do the same again. And this is a team, well, a lot of ground balls you're seeing for Syndergaard, but they don't hit it into many double plays. They've only hit into 18 all season long. So not easy to get a ground ball double play. Although they have hit the ball on the ground quite often today.
Well, up the middle, you have Duffy and Rengifo. Now 1 and 2, swing and a miss. Duffy probably checking with 2 strikes. Everything's on the card. Garcia bluffs. Heim fouls it back.
So got 3 strikeouts, 7 ground ball outs, 3 fly ball outs, and with a high fastball there, you almost think that Syndergaard could try his changeup down.
Garcia bluffs again, just past Velasquez, and back-to-back hits. Garcia has to hustle in.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Renifo on the bag, they might have got him on a force out.
I know.
That changeup got a little more of the zone, but I think there's a possible play there.
Like the hustle, the effort from Tyler Wade. Renifo looking out.
You never know when you have a shift on in the infield and infielders are all over the field, and he's got to make sure that ball was down, Garcia, but it was a quick throw. It would have been real close if he's standing on the base. Again, that's just the force out. You don't have to have a tag. Well, now big moment in the game for Syndergaard and the Angels. You want to put up that 0.
So here's Nathaniel Lowe. Starts him off with the strike slider. An off speed, strike 1. Certainly have seen the power from Lowe. Saw it. And he took Iglesias deep for that walk-off homer. 5-0 Angels. Excuse me, 4-0 in the 5th. Head 0-2. You know, you probably could have fit Noah Syndergaard in that 85 Bears defense, maybe special teams at least. The size of this man, see him going down there, maybe busting up a wedge. Taps that one foul.
And they all three went after that baseball quickly just to make sure they got to that, and made sure they fielded that one foul, because that baseball, has, especially with that spin, can roll back into play. And every time for coaching staff and even the corner infielders, they'll roll baseballs down the line. And they know this stadium very well. Obviously, it's a home field. When you roll baseballs, and Mike Gallego, Benji Gill, you see they're talking about that. They roll the baseball down to see if it will roll back into play.
And what does the home team want, a home cookie? Do they want it to roll fair, or do they want it to roll foul? You want offense or defense if you're at home? You want a ground ball. Renifo over to second, gets the force, 2 down.
I think in this ballpark, because there's not a lot of rain, a lot of ballparks where you have a lot of rain, whether it's the Midwest or the East Coast, they have it where the water will drain off the field. But here at the Big A, it's true. It's not going to, you don't have to worry about the rain. So it'll be, you can roll a baseball down the line. It would roll back fair. If it's just a little bit off that chalk, it will roll back into fair territory because you don't have to worry about that rain and the drainage.
Ray Montgomery, bench coach for the Angels, is on the horn. They wanted to check something. Any idea?
I'm guessing maybe the slide at second.
To maybe, if the slide wasn't a proper slide, you could have had an automatic double play. Andy Ibanez, fastball, strike 1. So we'll look at the slide from Jonah Heim.
And then he kicked out at him. There's no doubt he kicked out at him. Yes, that's what the discussion was. And I think if you challenge that, you might actually get that called, although you might not feel they had a chance at a play.
Oh, it's an awkward-looking swing from Ibanez.
See how he kicked his leg out?
Yeah, that's a dangerous play. Didn't seem to bother Velasquez. It's something that you might want to stick around for our Angels Live post-game show. See if Joe Maddon has any comment on that, what they might have been thinking about doing in that situation. Also something to put in the memory bank just a little bit, considering he played 19 times.
Well, he's staying inside on that sinking fastball, not allowing Ibanez to get his arms extended.
Runners at the corners. Two outs and an 0-2 coming to Ibanez. Stays alive. It's probably a pitch, Scooby, that you would have considered throwing, an 0-2 count. Slider.
Want that little tight breaking ball a little bit off the plate. Get a swing at.
Fouled off at the plate.
63 pitches, 51 strikes for Noah Syndergaard today.
He has completely avoided any 3-ball counts and only 3 2-ball counts. If a command was the issue for him in the last outing versus the Rangers, not the case here tonight. All over the strike zone.
That's good. That's a good miss.
Yeah. Check swing.
I like that bite on that slider there. Now Banez is thinking, all right, he went slider away. The last time he went fastball in. I think he could freeze him fastball away.
They have it figured out. Low goes. Swing and a miss.
Or run it up and in.
He got him. Either one works for me. What an effort. He's through 5 scoreless.
Yeah! Woo! With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Life is about balance. If I get the proper amount of sleep, then I'm gonna be ready for whatever's to come. I use Aura Ring to always let me know everything that's going on with my body. The accuracy is what sets Aura apart. My sleep score is something that I'm always paying attention to. It's literally part of my morning routine. Always trying to make the most out of this thing we call life.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
Is Mental Health Month, and the OC Healthcare Agency wants to bring a real awareness to mental health struggles and share the many resources that are available to fans. Visit angels.ocnavigator.org to explore how you can build your healthiest self. Back at the Big A, bottom 5, and it's Jared Walsh who started off the bottom of the 4th with that double to the alley. Angels would score 4. Syndergaard allowed a couple of hits, first hits of the game. Got out of it unscathed. Oh, and 2 to Walsh.
Well, he made some real good pitches when he had to. That's the thing. You're liking to see that from Noah today. Aggressive movement, all his pitches working, throwing a ton of strikes.
You know, Dunning's been pitching pretty well, effectively. He's only has the 64 pitches in his 5th inning out there. The Angels were very aggressive on the base pass. Situational baseball. That was driven to right field. That one's crushed, and it is gone! Jared Walsh over the line, you better believe it. Solo shot, 5-0 Angels.
Life's been good against the Rangers for Jared Walsh. Double now, dinger. That add-on run, you want to keep doing that. Great swing. Got around there quickly around the bases. Walsh, what a swing.
9th home run. 27th ribby. Giddy up, Cowboy, you get the Cowboy hat. Arco, top-tier play. Oh, talk about Singletary eyes.
Yeah, he went down and got that secondary pitch and drove it out. Something that's been a little bit different this year as compared to last year for Walsh. Well, not on that swing.
Matt Duffy singled and scored a run in the 4th. Walsh just crushes Rangers. 28 of 29 career games he has hit safely. It's ground ball. Ibanez is there, scoops it up, throws across, gets Duffy. With Garrett Anderson in attendance on our Angels Live pregame show. I'm sure, he admired, that swing. But for him, he's like, hey, that's just a double for me. Off the wall. He said, how many more homers I would have had? 50. Right? 30 to 40 minimum, I would bet.
The amazing thing about GA, though, he was a guy that crushed the ball left center, crushed the ball right center. And you're right, he would have had a number of more because he wasn't all about trying to lift the ball, get it out of the ballpark. He was thinking line drive. And he had so many of those swings that would have gotten those home runs over that little yellow line in right field, right center.
Yeah, imagine if he was trying to hit home runs. It's like, I'll go ahead and win a home run hitting home run derby contest, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
And win the All-Star game,
just for fun.
MVP. Yeah, it's great to have GA here.
Yes.
Celebrating 20 years.
What a swing. What a swing he had.
0-2 to Rengifo.
One of my all-time favorite teammates, GA, just sitting there and talk to him. Just such a student of the game, knew how to set up pitchers. He was aggressive early. Trust me, he's not a guy that's going to see a ton of pitches during the course of a bat, but he would be crushing pitches. By the way, Syndergaard looks pretty intense still there, doesn't he?
Think about if he had his red contact lenses in. Then you got me on Mike Singletary. Because I made eye contact with him when he had those contact lenses, which serve as a type of sunglass for him, and it was pretty intense. And the Texans locked in tonight against the Rangers.
Benji Gill working on that fielding percentage.
I think it's perfect 1,000 tonight,
yes.
Right? He let a couple go by, but on purpose. Tremendous coaching staff here for the Halos. These guys always working on the little things, and the thing that Joe Maddon does, he lets them do their thing. To the backstop, 2-2. Whether it's Gallego, Nevin, Sorrento, Montgomery, it's a heck of a staff. It really is. These guys have tremendous experience. They're fun to be around.
No, definitely. They can't wait to get to the ballpark to work with players. All before the game, regular batting practice time before.
Popped up to the left side. Seager calls for it. And we have 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th as we get to our Carl's Cam replay. And we go back to Brandon Marsh. This one had a lot of carry. Now, I think this was staying in the yard. What do you think? You think he pulled it back? How close was that?
You know what? Just because it's Captain Caveman, he brought it back.
He brought it back?
He brought it back.
All right. Not going to disagree with you, especially on Gooby Tuesday.
And he's going to be one of our guests on it, too.
Oh, looking forward to it. It's coming up. It's 2 for 2. That batting average up to 270. And he patrols left field. And he broke in to the Angels lineup last year. And now he just feels like this is your everyday left fielder. Yeah. I mean, the Angels, they only have two outfielders right now. You got Tyler Wade playing right field. I mean, he could play the outfield, but he's a shortstop second baseman by nature. And Taylor Ward, you know, you don't have, if the Angels can hang on to this lead, you save Taylor.
And you got an extra day of rest for Anthony Rendon to keep him fresh after coming back from that hip surgery the year before.
You're also keeping the bullpen fresh because you're getting length out of the starting rotation.
You got 13 1/3 over the last 2 games, and already a solid effort here today. I know with Syndergaard going into the 6th inning, that next time going out to the mound, and very manageable pitch count for him.
Did your bullpen ever turn to you, any guys, and say, "Come on, Gooby, just everyone, do you have to go into the 8th inning every game? Let us get some work here"?
You know what? My job was to shake the catcher's hand. That's all I cared about at the end of the game. Didn't happen all the time, trust me. But that was my goal.
Heck of a lot, though, it did. Oh, right up the middle, watch your lips. Marsh 3 for 3.
A good matchup for a guy that's at lower third throughout this entire game. He's had some good swings. Exit velocity of 104 miles per hour off the bat for got the caveman.
Angels offense right now is just pretty locked in. That's their 9th hit. They're here in the bottom of the 5th. Entering play, one of the best offenses in the game. Pretty nice off-speed pitch there, 0-1.
Well, they know that Max Stassi's had a lot of success on the first pitch, even that last at-bat first pitch swinging. So something slow to get him out in front, no contact.
Ground rule double last time up for Stassi. Also scored a run. First game since May 6th. Welcome back. Marsh on the move. He'll go back. It's 0-2.
Not a bad count to go again. 0-2. Worst case scenario, if you get thrown out, you get a fresh at bat next inning for Max Stassi. But if you're successful, you're in scoring position for him. What a swing by Walshy. And his numbers, wow. Power numbers against the Rangers.
Swing and a miss, and Dunning gets out of the inning, but he did allow another run. Jared Walsh, the all-star, goes down and gets it. Oh, just put a dent in the outfield wall. 5-0 Angels to the 6th.
Gervonta Tank Davis is one of boxing's biggest stars. But top contender Rolando Rolly Romero wants his shot.
I'm gonna knock Tank out, and simple as that.
On May 28th, it's time to...
That's all you do is talk.
Davis versus Romero for the 135-pound world title, Saturday, May 28th, live on pay-per-view.
Streaming live on ppv.com.
Angels Baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Hyundai. To learn about Hyundai's advanced technology and award-winning safety, visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealers today. By Jack in the Box. Try Jack in the Box's popcorn chicken combo for $5.99. Get it classic, spicy, or 50-50. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. What a night for baseball. Ashley Gubaza
in the house.
I'm busy reading the billboards, and I look up.
She goes, hi, Patrick.
Hi, Ashley. Is she going to stop by the booth and say hi?
She might stop by tonight.
Your youngest, and she's going to be an auntie.
Yes.
Pretty soon. Oh. Nicolette, expecting twins, I want to say within the month?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Twin girls.
What a family. So I know that you, Lisa, Chad, Ashley, all excited for the twin girls. Congratulations. You know, I'm a pretty good babysitter, just throwing it out there.
So proud of your daughter, Veronica, now.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, yes. She's in Costa Rica, taking a course to teach English as a foreign language. And she'll come back after that and finish up her schooling, get her degree. But nice adventure for her. Thank you. And I'm handling it just perfectly. I'm handling it fine. Just by the way, Noah Syndergaard takes care of Brad Miller.
He's got the punch out working with some fastballs. He had a fastball against Ibanez to finish off the last inning, and then a little two-seamer. That is the movement he didn't have quite that last time out against the Rangers. Well, he's got to work it today.
You know, and you mentioned that the only attitude that you had was you wanted to shake that catcher's hand at the end of the ball game. And this is a mentality that I imagine Noah Syndergaard has going through his mind right now. Right back to him. Marcus Semien retired 1-3, 2 down in the 6th. With 2 down, let's give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Well, you talk about getting in someone's kitchen with a fastball. Wow.
2 outs, Corey Seager. Now the batter. First pitch hacking, fouled back. So it's not so much, you know, it's the way this man is pitching right now. You see the changeup, 4-seam, sinker, slider. Oh, and that's going to be an out
again. Wow.
Fantastic effort. 6 in the books for Noah Syndergaard. When we come back, it's Scooby Tuesday.
The ultimate power hour. Quick Pitch takes you around the league.
Things are heating up
for every must-see moment from the majors.
The defending champs are doing what they do best.
Quick Pitch, late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
All right, Aaron, what is your favorite all-time vacation spot?
Favorite all-time vacation spot? I remember growing up as a kid, Disney World was always one of them.
Growing up as a family, we took a trip to the Bahamas, and I forget the hotel we were at. It was, is it Atlantis? Yeah. Is that what it's called? Okay, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you call it vacation because it's like where I'm from. Yeah. So when I go back to Hawaii, go back to Maui, back to my hometown, you can kind of say it's a vacation spot. It's my hometown, but it's still a great place to go, especially in the off season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked him that too. I said, is there any way you could find a way to get me back there?
Yeah, yes. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, it's hard to argue with Kurt Suzuki because, man, I've had great vacations in Maui. Ground ball, Tyler Wade. And Simeon's there for out number one. My wife, Summer, and I, we were married on Maui. So for me, any place where you can ask me?
Yeah. Where's your all-time fave?
Well, any place with some sun and with my wife. That's number one. But we've had great ones in Maui and man, the Caribbean's great too. Aruba's been fun, but I'm gonna have to go Hawaii number one.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Mine was Lisa and I at St. Thomas with the family. Oh, yeah. The Jersey Shore. Gotta be the Jersey Shore. Yes.
Is Snooki there? Are you serious?
Jersey Shore. My kids still talk about that. When can we go back to the Jersey Shore again? I said, well, the Angels are playing the Phillies coming up pretty soon. You can make that way down to the Jersey Shore after that.
You could have a situation if you get down to the Jersey Shore. What's there to do there? Is it like a lot of arcades?
Yeah, you got the boardwalk.
Right. Nice play by a fan down there off the netting.
By the way, I love the salt water taffy, as we would say back home. Well, I love the Jersey Shore. Yeah.
I've never been. I did live on the East Coast in New York for about 4 or 5 years in my 20s, and I just stayed in the city. I didn't make it down there.
I knew that would get you, Patrick. The old Jersey Shore.
Been to Jersey, never the Jersey Shore. Spent some time on Long Island. What's the next vacation for you? Right now, you're just going to be grandparents. I think that's you. I don't know if there's another one coming your way for quite some time. A couple of babies on your knee and Dana Point. That's not too bad. Well, Velasquez strikes out. 2 down. And we'll give you a quick word from Jack in the Box.
Pop my $5.99 classic and spicy 50-50 popcorn chicken combo. Order on the Jack app today.
Dane Dunning still out there. Bottom of the 6th, 2 down. 5-0 Angels. Shohei Ohtani's been hit by a pitch on his toesy woesies. That's a walk. Angels, sorry, it is blue. It's time for Angels baseball. I love you. Oh, that one's hit. A little flare job, and Cole Calhoun is there to end the inning. Noah Syndergaard gonna get out to the mound. In fact, he's already there. It's 5-0 Halos.
And here are the first images.
Hello, everyone. You don't have to leave the solar system to watch MLB Network. Just sign in with your TV provider info at MLBnetwork.com or through the MLB app. MLB Network, just about anywhere in the known universe.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.TV's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
Wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.TV.
I got the mic today. I got the mic.
You got the mic.
I got the mic today.
Mom, I'm sorry if you hear anything that is said tonight. I apologize. I love you. I haven't talked to you in a few days.
Lo tuyo es rolling, olvídate de los fly. Dame los fly a mí, lo tuyo es para abajo. Le voy a decir a la gente que me ponga el micrófono todos los días. Claro.
Sports is brought to you by Infinity and by Metro Water District. Get a rebate to remove your lawn and put in California-friendly plants. For water-saving tips, go to bewaterwise.com. With Mark Gubaza, Patrick O'Neill, Carlin Bathe, our Angels crew here on Valley Sports, top of the 7th. Halos 5, Rangers nothing. Noah Syndergaard and Gooby, literally, as Cole Calhoun was making that final out of the inning, he was on his way out to the mound.
It's amazing. And believe me, every one of these pitchers on the Angels staff do the exact same thing now. I still go back to Mike Tyson. Remember, he won a lot of fights just as they're ready to stare at each other before the first round. It's that mentality as a starting pitcher. Run out there. That means it's telling the opposing team that you're ready, you're comfortable, and you're confident.
Ready, comfortable, and confident. Well, Tyson didn't wear socks. Noah likes to ground himself out there barefoot.
And every one of these young pitchers on the staff follow around Syndergaard and Michael Lorenzen.
They do, I know. Mitch Garver.
In this game, he's the one guy that's had 2 pretty good swings. And Noah's been ahead of him every time, too. Last at bat was 0-2. This time, 1-2. See if he can finish him off. Remember, he's been able to be effective running that high fastball.
Yeah, that's another good piece of hitting. Garver goes the other way for a base hit. Runner on, nobody out.
Tracked that slider pretty good in his punch at the right field.
The Angels are 11-10 versus the American League West. I bring it up because the Angels team, versus the division, team ERA and even 4 coming in. Outside the division, a 2.79, which is 3rd in baseball. And after tomorrow, Angels will not see the division for a long time. Next 18, they have Toronto, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Red Sox, the Mets, and the Dodgers. And so all really good teams. Boston is starting to heat up.
They are crushing the baseball. Trevor Story is on fire.
And they had 16 runs tonight, and Story with another home run. They are leading. Bottom of the 8th, Boston is 16-3 against the White Sox on the south side. Calhoun, long fly ball. Yeah, that's going to go foul. So again, he's ahead in the count, 0-2. Pham with the glove makes the play.
We've seen some really good plays in the stands.
Yes. It's for you, bud. Yes. Are you serious? The best are, though, when the kid turns around and then throws it on the field.
That's a great pitch.
Oh, it is. No. No swing.
I'm thinking about the pitch spot.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
See if that gets the upper quadrant. It's mentioned quadrants of the strike zone. That's the upper quadrant of the strike zone.
Look at how Stassi just keeps it right there.
And he held up on the swing itself, Cole did.
And Brian Knight certainly could have rung up Calhoun there.
But he's been solid behind the plate tonight. I mean, that's one of the few times we've said a borderline pitch could have gone one way or the other. It's been that effective. But generally, as the bat goes longer, it's tougher for Cole Calhoun to make contact.
Whoa! What a play! Over to second to first! He got him! Wow! What reflexes by Syndergaard to Rengifo over to first, double play.
Was that Thor-like?
Oh!
That's a good scoop by Rengifo, too, by the way. Right back at him. Scoop and then throw. What a play. That is a tough hop for Rengifo. Just gets him, too.
Stayed with it.
For a team that doesn't hit a whole lot of double plays, that's one. That's a very well played double play on both Syndergaard and Rengifo.
1-4-3 twin killing, and he starts off Garcia. sinker, gets it past him 0-1. Mentioned earlier, Joe Maddon liking Rendon at second base because of his ability to turn two. Among other things.
By the way, how impressive is this for Noah Syndergaard? That's 12 outs via the ground ball today. 12.
That's a pop-up. Stassi is there. 7 scoreless innings for Noah Syndergaard. Crowd on their feet, loving it. The reflexes, Calhoun right up the middle. Rendon the scoop, double play, 5-0 to the bottom of the 7th.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson, 13 home runs into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maddon. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
The Big Ed, Kent and Bobby V with you, getting you ready for the Angels Live post-game show presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Bobby V, it's all about Thor. Bounce back performance. Not only is he throwing well, but he's fielding his position as well.
I've seen this play that he made in this game 2,000 times. So here's Mike Trout with a beautiful blue pit.
All right, things are happening already. We need to get it back inside to Patrick and Gooby, guys.
Looking forward to post-game. Appreciate that. That's right, Mike Trout. Second hit of the game.
Not a whole lot of exit velocity on that one for Trouty. We're so used to rockets off the Rangers for Trouty. That had some, that would be a pretty good pull shot. That had some English on it.
Exit velo 68.1. Doesn't matter. In the old box score.
2 hits for Trout. On base twice.
Double and a homer for Walsh. Dunning still out there. All swings under that 0-1.
Yeah, when you look at what he has done this season, Dane Dunning, 224 first time through the lineup, 148 the second, third time through, 361. Now he's into his 4th time now through the lineup.
Check swing, 0-2.
Wasn't throwing many cutters. That was a pretty effective cutter.
In there. Walsh knew it. And he struck him out looking.
Second time he's got him looking on a two-seamer that starts off the plate and brings it back. Well, that's a serious movement.
Well, hopefully when his head hits the pillow tonight, he's remembering a win and a double and a homer if he doesn't get up and get another chance in this ball game. But knowing him, it'll probably be the 2 strikeouts looking. How to get better.
That's part of the reason why he's so good, because he's always working at something. We saw him today working on throws in the dirt from a machine, and also taking ground balls off the bat of Jeremy Reed, where they flip it up and hit and simulate what it would normal reaction the way the baseball, they either top hand spin or the backhand spin on the baseball. It was a good drill today.
Yeah, Reed was smashing those baseballs off the fungo bat. In fact, I think when Phil Nevin got a hold of the bat, I don't know if, you know, because he snapped his fungo bat. I can't remember ever seeing that. And then he got a new fungo bat and was scuffling, wasn't he? Sorry, Phil.
That's all the work they put in, though. You love seeing that early work.
1-1.
You're seeing some much better bats as this game has progressed for the Angels, because with an off day, sometimes as a hitter, even though you need 1 off days, your timing's off early on. Now we're seeing some pretty good swings and some productive swings, including a double and a home run to Walshy.
Trout at first. 1 away. Trout's yet to steal a bag this year, but he's on the move. And you got the runner, you put the runner on the move, and that's what happens. Simeon has to break to cover, and then Duffy, great piece of hitting.
And Trout pointing over to Matt Duffy, goes, it's exactly the way you wanted. Just put the ball. He's going to smile at that one. Again, not hit hard, but placed perfectly with the defense moving out of their comfortable position. Otherwise, that's going to be an easy ground ball double play.
Just a fruitless effort by Simeon trying to get back to that baseball. Would have been an easy double play. Instead, first and third, 1 out, and that'll do it for Dunning. Pitching change here at the Big A, 5-0 Angels.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.TV's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
Wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.TV.
On Valley Sports is presented by OCNavigator.org. Build your healthiest self at angels.ocnavigator.org. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. On for the Rangers, former Angel Garrett Richards here in the bottom of the 7th. The Angels up on the Texas Rangers 5-0. Former first-round pick of the Angels back in 2009 from the University of Oklahoma. He was a Halo from 2011 to 2018, and went to the Padres, the Red Sox, and now with the Rangers.
Well, he used to have that power fastball. It's down a little bit as far as overall velocity for G-Rich. He used to be upper 90s with movement, slider, curveball. Now he's throwing his changeup. He stopped throwing that after he had that elbow surgery. Now he's back using it.
First pitch to Luis Rengifo. Over to second, over to first. That's a double play. And here Richards comes in, one pitch, and gets out of the inning. Noah Syndergaard coming back for the 8th.
Hey, it's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
Prescription eyewear can be really expensive, but here's a secret. Glasses don't actually cost that much to make. Surprise! Especially when you design your own eyewear and then sell it directly to your customers. Like we do. Oh hi, we're Warby Parker. Our glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. And the best part? You could try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Syndergaard, 12 ground ball outs. Scooby, that ties a season high for him.
And it's the movement and getting ahead of the count and then using all his pitches. And a lot of that ground ball action has been soft contact. So he's been using his fastball very effective, that sinker. Even a four-seam fastball. His changeup has been great. Enough swings on that slider and fielding his position. And a quick play by Rengifo on the scoop and throw for a double play. For a team that doesn't hit into double plays. Just the 19th this season for the Rangers.
Syndergaard just continues to get ahead of these Rangers hitter. 19 of 24 now, first pitch strikes. No 3-ball counts, only 3 2-ball counts. This is really excellent pitching for Syndergaard. 1-1 here to Jonah Heim.
That fastball had some serious movement to it. 3 career complete games with 2 shutouts. For Thor.
Yeah, well, right now is when he's starting to think about shaking that catcher's hand, right?
Yep. He threw a couple really good curveballs way back in the first inning against Seager before striking him out.
Jonah Heim drives that one right field, hit pretty well. Tyler Wade goes back. That one's gone. 5-1.
Boy, Jonah Heim has just been unbelievable against the Angels. He's been the Walsh and Trout versus the Rangers. 2 hits again today.
Well, there goes the shutout. And now you just want to think about getting some outs, making sure you lock up this victory.
Well, he stayed back on that one good. He had a fastball earlier in that sequence. This time he's driving it out.
He likes what he's seen from Angels pitching so far. That's another ground ball out. Walsh is going to take that himself for the first out here of the 8th. We need a ruling on possession of this home run. Possibly need to jump for it. Well, I think we know who got it. Very close. The guy's got, well, you know what? He's still happy. He's got his fingers. That's not going to count. Good effort, though, all the way around. And they didn't throw it back, which I never really quite understand.
Joe Anaheim this year against the Angels. He's homered off of Ohtani, now Syndergaard.
5 homers on the year, 3 against the Angels. One down here is Sandy Ibanez, 1-1.
Remember, he punched him out on a high fastball. Blasted back. Big smile keeping that baseball.
Because how often does it happen? You know what? Very rarely. You want to keep that ball. Go out and use it. Toss it around with the friends. That's great that they're having a laugh over it. He's still not letting his friend hold it, though.
No, I wouldn't.
The 2-1 ground ball. Velasquez. And he retires Ibanez for the second out of the 8th.
Losing a little bit of his footing, he still recovered enough because his arm is so strong. He can smile about it, but that was a tough play. Another ground ball out for Syndergaard.
It was almost too easy for him, so he's going to have a little bit of a laugh. They're like, you know what, Andrew, we need you over here on the shift.
See, kind of a little bit of a stumble, but still such a strong throwing arm. Gets him out rather easily.
I'm glad we didn't see him stumbling when he retired that one from Detmers for the final out. Another ground ball out. How about it? Syndergaard, 8 innings in the books. Will he close this one out? Yep.
Should Viagra really cost $90? We don't think so. RexMD.com has FDA-approved generic Viagra starting at just $2 per tablet. Want to know what other guys are saying about RexMD.com?
This was my first time using telemedicine, and I'd recommend this process to anyone. I couldn't be happier with the product.
Just fill out a brief survey, and if appropriate, you can try a sample pack of generic Viagra, which are currently available to new customers. Your consultation is free. There's no copays, no doctor office visits, and your shipping is always free. Visit RexMD.com.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Announced crowd, 23,791 on a tremendous night for baseball. Oh, it's hit the gram.
Yes.
It's hit the gram.
It's got to. And it will continue to do so. By the way, the bullpen looks pretty quiet.
Yeah, it does. Do you think those fans out there have any idea that they're being shown on TV, or is it only social media that's getting the attention for them?
Either way, they're happy as can be right now. By the way, Noah Syndergaard, 93 pitches, 73 strikes. Wow.
Oh, a handshake. Oh, a handshake. He's probably, does that mean his day is done?
Not going to be an easy play.
Ibanez from his knees. What a play.
He is really, really good at third base.
And that's why they have him moving all around the infield. That was nifty.
We're going back to last year. He's made a lot of really good plays at third base. Speaking of,
yeah, who does that possibly remind you of?
Plays of third base. That man, wow.
Adrian Beltre.
Future Hall of Famer, Gold Glove winner.
He's
all-time great.
He's looking at that replay, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going.
Or he sees us. He's talking about him.
Yeah.
Man, is he good? Just don't touch him anywhere.
No.
On the head. Last year,
powered over 3,000 hits.
2018, I believe. So we're talking Hall of Fame coming very quickly. He was fun for the game. Max Stassi.
Well, when him and Andrews were over there on that left side of the infield for the Rangers, those two had fun all the time.
They had such a blast. Yeah, they were always, whenever there was a pop-up, you know, Beltre would be there to catch it, and then Andrews would take it, and he'd look at him. That was fun. Not fun playing against him all those years, I imagine. Stassi is back. He's called a great game for Syndergaard. Let's take that into account. Oh, ground ball, base hit. Second hit of the game for Stassi, and with that, we will give you a quick word from Kia.
Presenting Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable all-wheel drive SUVs.
Tyler Wade, who's been playing right field with Taylor Ward still on the shelf. Mentioned Ward had MRI yesterday. Didn't show anything other than, you know, he's dealing with a bit of a nerve issue after crashing into that wall against Oakland. Angels looking to win their third in a row and keep pace with the Astros, who won earlier today. And so a win for the Angels, they will creep back to within one game of Houston.
Feeling now that I think that is it for Syndergaard.
Aaron Loop was up for the Angels. We see smiles from Noah Syndergaard. I guarantee he would not be smiling if he was still in this game. Looks like they will turn this over to the bullpen. Do you think if he had, I think I know the answer, if he had a shutout working, would you put him back out there for the CG SHO?
I think Joe Maddon is so big on that, on guys getting an opportunity to do something special. But we also got to remember, he's just coming back. He hadn't pitched but 2 innings
for 2 years.
Right. So, yes, it's the wise decision, but you know Syndergaard wanted to get that opportunity to pick up his 4th career CG.
It just doesn't happen in the game, hardly at all.
Very manageable pitch guy, just 93.
But on the other hand, keep this momentum going, right, with the starting pitching. And Maddon's been very clear. This team, the way they pitch and catch, it takes pressure off the offense. The Angels looking to go 10 games over 500. Tyler Wade's going to have to try to hustle to beat out a double play, unable to do it. Garrett Richards has come in, the former Angel, and induced 2 ground ball double plays. That ends the 8th to the 9th with Aaron Loop.
Using the old baseball stats only gives you part of the puzzle. But when we challenge ourselves using advanced tools and modern thinking, you'll see the bigger picture.
Challenge all things baseball with MLB Now, only on MLB Network.
I got the mic today. I got the mic. You got the mic. I got the mic today.
Mom, I'm sorry if you hear anything that is said tonight. I apologize. I love you. I haven't talked to you in a few days.
Lo tuyo es rolling, olvídate de los fly. Dame los fly a mí, lo tuyo es para abajo. Le voy a decir a la gente que me ponga el micrófono todos los días. Claro.
Syndergaard was outstanding. Back to our Hyundai key for the game today. Ride out that nasty pitching throughout the entire game as Mike Trout gives Noah Syndergaard a hug. Ground ball after ground ball. 8 incredible innings pitched by Noah Syndergaard today. You think back what he's been through to get to that point. Last game out against the Rangers, didn't get through the first. This time he's through into the 8th inning, got through that with 93 pitches, 73 strikes. That is dealing. Right out to sunset. Just go back up to that clubhouse. You know he's going to be working out. It'll be like a hockey player on the stationary bike or something right now.
Yep. He's going to go 4-2 if the Angels can hang on. He's lowered his ERA. Syndergaard has to a 3.08. Aaron Loup, 19th game already for the Angels. The win, 10 games over 500, evening the season series with Texas at 4 games apiece. Tomorrow we get to see Reed Detmers versus Glenn Otto. Same time, same place. Starts with our Angels Live pregame show at 6 o'clock. Angels Live Post coming up after this one. With Frenchie, Bobby V, and GA. CB with some interviews and post-game reaction from Joe Maddon. Marcus Semien leads off top of the 9th. Semien 0 for 3. Ground ball after ground ball from Syndergaard.
Yep. 3 times Semien has grounded out, twice a short one, a little comebacker to Syndergaard. It's that good cutter. Aaron Loup.
Hit hard, but foul, 1-2. And right now, let's give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Non-leverage type situation for Aaron Loup. But he will be right back in there in those types of situations. It's a good time for him maybe to get some of that feel back.
Yep. Saw that with Ryan Tepera getting a chance to bounce right back and punched out 2 batters the other day, followed by Iggy with 3. So 5 straight strikeouts out of the bullpen. Remember this the game before when it got a little closer than the Angels wanted to. Joe Maddon said, hey, these guys I'm counting on, they're going to get right. And those guys got it right quickly, and an opportunity now for Aaron Loup to do the same.
Oh, yeah. He got him. Strikeout. The first out here in the 9th.
Nice breaking ball down and in. After some cutters.
Syndergaard only had the 5 strikeouts. Doesn't matter. He was ahead of every single batter practically. First pitch strikes, no 3-ball counts. Let his defense do some work. Just the 1 home run by who else? Jonah Heim. Here's Corey Seager.
Well, you go back to what Noah Syndergaard did to Corey Seager today. A guy who coming into the game, sitting over 500 versus him. Struck him out twice, once looking, once swinging, then a ground ball, slow roller back to the mound for an out.
Misses downstairs, 1-1 to Seager. A lot of 1-pitch outs for Syndergaard. 6 ground balls on the first pitch. Fly ball. Brandon Marsh on his horse, and he makes the catch. Come on!
You talk about some coverage. Well, we had Mike Williams, remember the Los Angeles Chargers, playing some football, receiving. How about taking a baseball over the wall, bringing it back, and then the range here for Brandon Marsh on the slide on the catch. What a play.
And style points I mean, extra style points for the crowd right there.
Loving it. Shohei approved. That's always a good thing.
Tremendous play. 2 down now for Mitch Garver. Angels 1 out away. The offense has done the job in this series so far versus Texas. At least 4 runs in each game, but looking to even the season series at 4 apiece. Without a doubt, the story here tonight, though, is Noah Syndergaard. That cutter, swing and a miss, 2-1. That one's driven towards left field and hit well and gone. Second solo shot on the night for the Rangers. Mitch Garver's had a pretty good game. It is 5-2.
Well, he's had some good swings throughout. I remember a few years ago when he was with the Twins, over 30 home runs. Catching position. More favorable count, 2-1. Went down and got that one. Showing that good power that he has.
Watch out. It's hit extremely well, 420 feet. But just 1 run. 2 down. Here's Cole Calhoun. Still for Aaron Loop. He's not going to be thrilled giving that up.
No.
You know, especially if you
have such pride in his ability just to put up a 0.
Which he did pretty much all of last season, but a lot of season left. Faith he will figure it out. First things first, take care of business here. 1-2.
Good spot.
The 1-2 misses inside, 2-2.
That's a great idea by Aaron Loop to go fastball in after break a ball away.
He held up, no swing, says Ted Barrett. Trout is open. This game ends right now. The 3-2. Well, that's a walk. Here comes Joe Maddon. So with the score 5-2 and a runner at first base, Joe Maddon doesn't want to mess around. It's all about winning today and do whatever it takes. And for that, it means Loop's going to come out, and it's Iggy time. Raisel Iglesias is coming in for the save.
I got the mic today. I got the mic. You got the mic. I got the mic today.
Mom, I'm sorry if you hear anything that is said tonight. I apologize. I love you. I haven't talked to you in a few days.
Lo tuyo es rolling, olvídate de los fly. Dame los fly a mí, lo tuyo es para abajo. Le voy a decir a la gente que me ponga el micrófono todos los días. Claro.
Lights, live pitch by pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more for everything Angels. Little light show going on here at the Big A. Raisel Iglesias. How about the last two games? Scooby, back-to-back saves versus Oakland. Those are big-time bounce-back numbers for him, and he's on for the save.
Yeah, his fastball's been good. We know his changeup and slider, those arm angles. He's had some life on his fastball, too, in those last couple times out. This is the guy you got to get right here. You don't want Jonah Heim coming to the dish here. You do not want him to come to the plate.
1-0 to Adolis Garcia. Foul bat.
That's a great slider.
Runner's gonna
really good slider.
Take second base.
Defensive indifference, no stolen base.
Iglesias ahead of Garcia. 1-2. All Cuban matchup right here at the Big A. Iglesias versus Garcia. Game on the line. Driven towards right field. Tyler Wade, no, he dropped it. He dropped the ball. He had it in his glove. A run's going to come in and score. Garcia gets the second base. That's 5-3. Now the tying run is going to come to the plate. Ball was hit well, but it went right to Tyler Wade's glove.
It's on the line at a good angle. Just unable to control it in the glove. Sometimes when it's on the line like that, that bank of lights, it wasn't hit high enough. Sometimes it's tough to track.
Well, we got ourselves a situation, tying run at the plate. Jonah Heim, he's homered here tonight and has been crushing the Angels with the bat this year. Nine for 20, 3 homers, 10 RBI. Ahead 0-1. This is what Jonah Heim did back in the 8th inning. The only run that Syndergaard allowed in the game.
Every pitch that Noah threw through the entire game avoided the middle of the plate. That was the only one. What an effort by Syndergaard tonight.
Eight innings for Noah Syndergaard. 1 run is all he allowed. And 2 runs have come in here in the top of the 9th. A Garver home run. Calhoun, he drew a walk. Took second base, bringing Iglesias. Garcia is now going to take third. 0-2.
Runs a fastball upstairs. Changeup, fastball. Have a quick conversation out between Walsh and Velasquez on coverage on that right side of the infield.
The 0-2. And he got him! Ball game! Sky Point, light up the halo. Angels 10 games over 500. And the 11th save on the season for Raisel Iglesias, and more importantly, 4th win on the year for Noah Syndergaard.
Another great game for Jared Walsh against the Rangers. Matt Duffy, solid game. Captain K-Man with 3 hits. Trouty with a couple. Max Stassi, a solid game. And it's all about Thor tonight. How good he threw the baseball. 93 pitches, 73 strikes. A ground ball machine for Syndergaard today.
And he is, without a doubt, our Toyota player of the game. 8 innings, just 1 earned run, 15 ground ball outs. Retired the first 13, and that's his signature performance as an Angel.
Even that ground ball double play he turned. Well hit baseball by Cole Calhoun. Pivots around, throws to Rengifo. Here it is. 1-4-3 double play. A team that doesn't hit a double plays, but it's Thor doing the job.
He was just tremendous. And that is against the Texas team that knocked him out in his shortest outing of his career, and he goes 8.
Credit Max Stassi behind the plate. Those two have worked together exceptionally well.
Well, Max Stassi, his first game back, 2 for 4, double single, and he caught Syndergaard, and he's standing by with our Carlin Bay.
Thanks so much, Patrick. Max, 10 games over 500 for this Angels baseball club. You return to the lineup tonight. First of all, can you let the Big A know how you're feeling right now?
Yeah, I feel good. You know, it's great to be back here in the Big A in front of all these fans.
Talk about the chemistry tonight between you and Noah Syndergaard. He was a ground ball machine out there. The defense was really working. What was it like between the two of you?
Yeah, he was amazing today. You know, he came out and he dominated the strike zone and filled it up and had a lot of success, obviously. So just continued to build off that, and that was an amazing job by him.
Well, you're great at what you do behind the plate, but when you step up to the plate as well, how much do you pride yourself on being able to contribute offensively as well?
Yeah, you always want to contribute on both sides of the ball. You know, it doesn't always happen, but whenever it does, you know, it's obviously the icing on the cake. So it was a great day for us.
All right, well, you guys are stringing 3 wins together here. How can you guys keep this momentum going here to finish out this homestand?
I think we just got to worry about ourselves. That's the big thing. You know, we go out there and take care of our own business, and good things will happen.
All right, keep taking care of business. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Patrick, back to you guys.
Okay, Carlin, appreciate that. Well, Gooby, listen.
I think your battery mate is so important. When you have a tough game, to have a bounce back like Max Stats did behind the plate, 15 ground ball outs, Thor, daily.
Well, it's Gooby Tuesday.
1-2, W.
Ashley in the house, another W, 10 games over, and back at it tomorrow with Reed Detmers. Can't wait for that. Looking forward to our Angels Live post-game show. We've got ourselves Frenchie, GA, Bobby V, all your reaction coming up. It's an Angels win 5-3.